have step-by-step instruction from the wonderful Rajitha, and I've got really essential little pieces such as your bracelet beading board, which we haven't seen in yonks. So do not go anywhere, just get yourself on that phone line in the break, and me and Rajitha will be back in about 3.5 minutes. We'll see you in a bit.
Yay! How you doing? Tell you what, just by the skin of my teeth was I ready to be on air then. Hey? Is that funny? Was it funny? Did that make you laugh in there? Made producer / manager Scott Stone find him on Facebook laugh. There he is. Oh, living the dream. Big sip of water in there, or it might be gin. You never know this time of the morning with Scott. It could be a number of different things. Ollie's directing. There he is. There he is. Ollie, can you do some kind of crazy cutting or something? All right. Give him an inch, he'll take it. Bringing himself in vision all the time. See, this is it. When he's directing, bring myself in vision again. All right. Kerry is on cameras. Kerry is on cameras. Kerry is on cameras. She's on cameras today. Can you do some kind of... I've got a really sore throat today. I feel like I've been... You know when you've had a bit of a heavy night. Sorry, we've got Fleur with us today. Sorry, my name's Carol. Sorry, my name's Carol. I've been off for a few months, having a baby. My brain has generally turned to mashed potato. So today could be interesting. There's Fleur, expert in everything, and she bought us all breakfast this morning. What are you laughing at?
Expert in
Come on.
everything. No, chainmail and that's it.
Chainmail, and that is absolutely it. And buying breakfast as well. We're all ready to go this morning because of Fleur. We love you.
Oh,
I'm getting a bit bored of you though, because I saw you yesterday and I
I
worked
know.
with you on Wednesday as well, didn't I?
You need a break from me now.
I do a bit, really. Strongly worded email after the show there today. An amazing show, hey?
Yeah, can't wait.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. It is fashion weekend. Fashion. Fashion. Strike a pose. Go on, Fleur, strike some kind of a pose. Nice! Very nice. But the belle of the ball is over there. You know I'm talking about you. Oh, it's Cassandra. Here she is. Oh, look at that. Don't you dare do that off camera. Come on. Here she is. You don't look like a mess. You're beautiful. Cassie's leaving us. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, that's your hair flick. Do you think Cassie's replacement is going to be able to flick her hair the same way that Cassie does it?
Nope.
I think that should be part of the interviewing process, perhaps. And thank you very much. How much experience do you have? Okay, fantastic, thank you. And flick your hair. And flick it again. Thank you for your time. We'll be in touch. Well, they clearly didn't get the job. Oh, my word. What is wrong with my top today? Oh, the old Matalan top's out again. Other shops are available. It's just quite nice and baggy. It's all about the bagginess at the minute. Right, anyway, we've got an amazing show today. We are going to see demos of dragon scale, which I know so many people have been asking about.
Yeah, since I started, everybody's been asking about dragon scale.
It does look pretty amazing. It does look pretty epic. It's coming up in Fleur's second kit, which has got more jump rings than a jump ring factory. It's absolutely amazing. It is a really beautiful weave, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's really lovely. And with these brand new jump rings, it just works a treat.
Awesome. So that's going to be coming in Fleur's second kit. Her first kit is absolutely incredible as well. Also coming up today, I'd like to get your texts in, please. If you're brand new to JewelleryMaker today, welcome welcome. What are you doing up this early on a Saturday? Don't know, maybe you couldn't sleep. Maybe you just come back from work. You do, Scott. Free with your first order from JewelleryMaker. You get a free tutorial DVD. Get started. I know this is not, I like this. It's got, am I on this DVD? Am I? I don't remember filming this. When did we film this? Is this the one I did with Debbie? Is it? I'm on this DVD. I think I am anyway. An amazing DVD. You get this free with your first order. You learn on this DVD. It teaches you everything from how to make earrings to how to make bracelets and necklaces and basic jewellery information as well. So what our threading materials are, what findings are. They're basically the mechanics which hold your pieces of jewellery together. All of that is included on this free DVD. You also get your free, we love the word free Get Started with JewelleryMaker booklet as well. Inside this booklet, lots of tutorials, lots of information about threading materials, findings, how to bracelet simple threading. JewelleryMaker TV, lots of information. There's Mark Smith, one of our guest designers. Don't know who that is. Is that Becky standing there? Oh no, it's Hannah. Lovely Hannah Stewart standing next to him. Lots and lots and lots of information in this booklet. Fantastic beginners DVDs, information on workshops as well. All of this free with your first order. Okay, so all of this free with your first order. It's only 1p&p per order, which is for the entire day of just £2.95p. You also get a 30-day money-back guarantee with everything you get from JewelleryMaker. Fleur, how long does that 30-day money-back guarantee last for?
30 days.
On the ball today, what can you say? Can I show you a strand that's coming up later on today? Please text us. What do you think this gemstone strand is? Oh my word. I can honestly say, I don't think I have ever bought you this particular gemstone on JewelleryMaker. I cannot wait to bring this to you. We have an amazing opportunity coming up. It's in the 11 o'clock hour, isn't it? In the 11 o'clock hour this morning. Text us, what do you think this gemstone is? It's a very specific gemstone, so it's very specific to its location. You've got to get the absolute combination right. So what do you think this gemstone is? You don't win anything. It's just for fun. Just for fun. Here's our text number, 60777. Start your text with the word JM Studio, so we know this for us. And normal network charges apply. Fantastic. Should we start? Let's do it. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Go, Scotty. This is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. A 925 sterling silver charm just to start the day with. Why not? Why don't we start the day with a Tanzanite charm, Fleur? Goodness me. Check it out. 925 sterling silver, making this 92.5% pure silver. We have to add other alloys to 925 sterling silver to make it wearable, to make it durable, to make it workable. Absolutely incredible precious metal. You can really tell that it is 925 sterling silver because, of course, of, oh yeah, perfect. How shiny it is, how reflective it is. The back of this charm's really beautiful as well. Look, it's so smooth. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous quality. Now, if I just turn this around, you'll notice in the centre is a little gemstone. Tanzanite. One of the rarest of the rares. An incredible genuine gemstone. All the way from Tanzania, the only place where it's mined, the Merelani Hills near the town of Roache in Tanzania. Absolutely incredible genuine gemstone. Known as the one generational gemstone. Fantastic, fantastic genuine gemstone to give to anybody who has, oh, what are the words I'm looking for? Anyone who's just had a baby. Because it's known as a one-generational gemstone. It's a lovely gift to give to somebody who's just had a baby, whether it's a boy or a girl. Stunning. Okay, so 925 sterling silver quality with a Tanzanite. This is not the kind of charm that we've got millions and millions and millions of. It's been on air before. We've barely got 100 of these. Get it, add it to your order. Give us a call. It's a free phone number from a BT landline, 0800 644 655. We should be at $9.95. We're going to go lower. I know. It's incredible. all the way down now from £9.95 all the way down to just £7.95. Call us, get involved when you can. Like I say, it is a free phone number from a BT landline, or get involved on our website, www.jewellerymaker.com. Add it to your order. Fleur, you're silent this morning. What's going on?
I can't believe the price of that.
It's amazing, isn't it?
If you were to go to any of those charm shops on the high street, you'd be putting a 4 or a 5 in front of that, and it probably wouldn't be a Tanzanite that's in there anyway. It would probably be a glass substitute stone.
Do you know what? I was, no, I'm not actually going to say that because that's going to ruin something. So no. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, okay, right. Okay. No, yes, you are quite right. If you go to those charm shops on the high street, then you absolutely will find 925 stunning silver charms. You might even find them with genuine gemstones. With Tanzanite, maybe in like a limited edition selection. Is it going to be $7.95? No. Even for a 925 sterling silver charm for precious metal charms, $7.95 is absolutely fantastic. I don't know a single charm company that can offer you a 925 sterling silver charm for anywhere near this kind of a price point, let alone one with a beautiful claw set Tanzanite in it as well. And when you consider those big charm companies like Thomas Sabo, Troll Beads, Pandora, they're all absolutely fantastic companies. They really, really are. They're gorgeous, gorgeous quality charms, but $7.95. Plus, it's got a lobster claw clasp at the top as well, which makes it really easy to take off your necklace, your pair of earrings, or to attach it onto your Filofax or onto your makeup bag. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Less than 50 chances available in the building. Once they're gone, they are gone. And please don't forget, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. Fantastic opportunity for everyone today. Well done. I don't know if my... Oh. Do you know, I'm really bad with technology. I'm absolutely awful. Do you know, my father-in-law is so bad at technology that... do you know, does anyone here still send faxes? I think fax machines still do exist. In fact, I think my husband's still got a well, no, I know he does. He's still got a fax machine in his office. And occasionally they get a random fax coming through. You know, the fax machine kind of rings. Well, my father-in-law, God love him, I love Peter. He was helping John out at work one day, and the fax machine rang, and all you do is like press the button and then the fax comes through. No, he picked up the handset and was going, hello, hello. Yeah, he's from the northeast, but it's just that was a bad example of that. But anyway, but I'm terrible with technology. The tablet isn't working. Is it working? Oh, it is working. There we go. Well done. Okay, text from Tori in Hampshire. Hi, all. Hi. I'm getting ready for our hen weekend at a spa. Ooh. Oh, very nice. Where's the spa tour? Where is it? Can we come and gate crash? Cannonball! In the pool. Iolite. What, this strand here? You think it's iolite, do you? Deb Briggs. Kyanite. Do you reckon, Elaine? No, you're both wrong, unfortunately. It is a very specific gemstone, specific in where it's from, and it is absolutely incredible. It's the first time I've ever bought you this genuine gemstone strand. If I didn't know what strand this gemstone was, I'd say it was probably Tanzanite or maybe kyanite, because there are some greens coming through here as well. Do you know what this is, Fleur?
Only because I heard you say it earlier.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
So I can't play along. But I would have guessed Tanzanite.
Yeah. Kerry, do you know what this is? Oh. Scott's going to know, isn't he? Ollie knows what this is. Scott says, I don't have a clue. I don't even know what day of the week it is. Well done to everyone who's come through to get back. Fantastic. Well done. I'm just going to do this. Oh, no. Technology, is it going to go off? No, it's fine. It's fine. Managed to do that. Well done, everyone. That's almost sold out. Here. Oh, this... Oh. These seats. Sorry, which one, sorry? In there. I got it. It's the most ridiculous seats to put behind a desk that you're sitting behind for like 5 hours. It's like a bar stool. A bar stool. Bar stools, you're not really meant to sit on bar stools, are you? You're meant to kind of just lean against them, looking sophisticated and nonchalant, aren't you? Like...
Maybe you should do that for the next 4.5 hours then.
What, just lean nonchalantly? Hey, do you come here often? I don't think I've ever said that in my life. Well, these are beautiful. Have you? Has anyone else? Has anyone said that? Do you come here often? Is that from a film? Is it from a film?
It sounds like it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like
You had me at hello. Although I do really like Jeremy Maguire. It's a good movie, that.
Yeah, not too keen on that one.
Are you not?
No.
There's lots of through lines with Jeremy Maguire, isn't there? Lots of stories within stories. It's a bit like Forrest Gump, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is
I
an
like
amazing movie. Favourite film of all time?
Clash of the Titans, but the old one.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome movie.
Every film that you wouldn't have thought that, would you? Yeah, no, Clash of the Titans, but the old
So
one.
you like Jason and the Argonauts and things like that?
Yeah.
The Golden Fleece and things like that. Oh,
Sinbad,
amazing.
all
Sinbad,
those.
yeah.
All of those. Yeah.
Which is the one with the giant snail in it?
Sinbad.
It is
and
Sinbad.
And the skeletons walking across the beach.
The skeletons, yes, of course.
And then the big lobster who attacks the like the T-Rex, isn't there? There's all that going on the beach as well. Crabs and it's great. I love it.
Amazing. Kerry, favourite movie of all time? You should know. Come on.
I don't know.
Something
Something like Titanic.
like Titanic.
Or something really lame like Clueless.
Lame. Something really lame like Clueless. I love it. Titanic's a good movie, actually. Right, okay. Sorry, back in the room. Sorry, everyone. 925 sterling silver. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chain here. Do you know what? Each and every one of these is an individual bracelet. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 925 sterling silver bracelets. Now, can I just show you this here? Look at this. 925 sterling silver bracelet with your clasp as well. Now, it describes these as having an extender chain. In fact, the whole thing is pretty much an extender chain, isn't it? You've got this gorgeous bracelet quality, which of course you can easily make into a bracelet or maybe even a little anklet. The whole thing could be an extender chain, so you could make this as small or as large as you like just by simply connecting these chains together. They're absolutely beautiful, and it's never been simpler, has it, Fleur, to be able to make something like a charm bracelet, because these are just perfect, aren't they?
And we've got the little flower charm that we've just done that will just clip straight onto that as well. So they are so simple just to create, like say, a beautiful bracelet. So something like a christening bracelet.
Oh,
something where you can give some to a little girl, that she's going to treasure for the rest of her life, because it's all then pure sterling silver, so it's going to be a really beautiful piece of jewellery that everybody would love to own.
Now, I'm just looking at that price point on screen because Scott said, Carol, this is the price where we should be, $15.95. How about we go lower for you? That's for all of these 5 925 sterling silver bracelets, £12.95. I've just popped the charm on there that we've literally just done, just to show you how you could incorporate this into a design. We are at just under, that's under £3 a go, isn't it? Wow, £2.59 per bracelet. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And so to be able to make something like, this, just over £10. Just over £10 for the bracelets and then for the charm as well. If you've come through to get the bracelets, you've got to come in and get the charm. If you've come through to get the charm, you've got to get the bracelets. They go hand in hand, don't they? Loads of people coming through. Well into Barbara, Sharon, Sandra, John and Janet, Beverly, Vera, Marie, and collect. There's loads of people multi-buying as well. Got a collector in Oregon who's come through to get 3 of these. June in Shropshire's come through to get 2. Marie in Derbyshire's got 2. Sandra in Oxfordshire's got 2. Loads and loads and loads of you coming through. Well done. Please don't forget you get a 30-day money-back guarantee from JewelleryMaker. For you to get this home, have a look at it. If you decide for whatever reason you're not 100% satisfied, or if you do your high street test and you decide for whatever reason you're not 100% satisfied, send it back. We will give you your money back. No probs. No probs. Absolutely incredible. Well done. Less than 50 chances available there. I've got Kathy who's just come through to get 2 of these, and so's Connie in Sussex come through on the phone lines there. Well done. Absolutely glorious. Anything else you want to add, Fleur?
Yeah, because that's sterling silver chain and because it's that beautiful extender chain, you could, if you wanted to, take the clasps off and use them as extender chains, and you've got the clasps as well then. So you've got like two in one.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to make a pair of earrings, like a long drop chain earring with one of those beautiful gemstones on the bottom,
definitely,
you know, you could do that, and then you've got two clasps or a clasp left over to use in your stash.
I'm just looking at the quality of the gemstones that we've got on the show today as well. We've got gemstones like genuine natural turquoise coming up on today's show, which I cannot wait to bring you. Absolutely amazing. We've got one of the most beautiful strands of blue topaz I have ever seen in my entire life coming up. It's absolutely just amazing, amazing, amazing. There's only 50 of these available coming up a bit later on in the show. We've also got concave faceted amethyst. We've also got this incredible genuine gemstone strand. So far, I don't think anybody has actually guessed this gemstone correctly. OMG, just bought my first Christmas presents for the girls in the family. For the girls in the family. I think that's the first. Really? What are these? The bracelets? Great idea.
That would be beautiful, wouldn't it?
Great idea.
Yeah.
You really are being very, very organised there. Unless it's for Christmas that's just gone and it's a very late present.
You can make some lovely little birth charm bracelets. So if you've got a birthday,
Gorgeous.
they say aquamarine, if you've got some aquamarines, you could just pop 3 aquamarines on those and have a beautiful birth charm bracelet.
Oh, what a lovely idea. What a lovely idea. People who've, maybe a couple who've just had a baby, maybe the birthstone of the mum and dad, and then the birthstone of the baby as well. I mean, just so many ideas. So Hattie, my eldest, 2.5. Hi, if you're watching this morning, lovey. Hattie and Pippa. You eating your Weetabix? I hope so. Pippa, are you eating your Weetabix? I hope so. She's probably rubbing it in more than anything. Hattie might not be eating a Weetabix because it's a Saturday. She might be having a chocolate croissant.
Oh.
Yeah. She gets chocolate chops and then she goes and runs around the local community centre doing ballet and tap in the loosest possible sense for an hour. Fantastic. So, yeah. Your birthday's soon, isn't it?
It is. It is, yeah.
So your birthstone is aquamarine.
Aquamarine, yeah.
Mine's emerald. I like having emerald. It's nice. Oh. Fleur's first kit is absolutely incredible. It really, really is. The gemstones in this kit are just delicious, absolutely delicious. I know that you've been really, really looking forward to having this kit on the show because of the gemstones. The shape of the gemstones is just absolutely incredible. Plus, of course, you get a load of jump rings because Fleur is one of our chainmail experts here on Jewellery Maker. How long have you been doing chainmail, Fleur?
Oh, a long time. About 7 or 8 years, but
wow.
Properly for about 4 years, like all the time.
Oh my word! Look at this! Look at this! What have we got here? This is absolutely gorgeous. This is like a hand to finger adornment. I think that's what we call them now, isn't it? Absolutely glorious. Look at the quality of the gemstones. The beautiful chainmail coming around here as well. Just gorgeous. Love this bracelet as well. Of course, the gemstones, the shape of the gemstones, which of course is bicones, allow all the gemstones just to lock and link together. Just gorgeous. This stunning piece here as well. Look at the quality of this gorgeous strand coming down here.
I think they look like geodes when they're like that.
They absolutely do. Yeah, they absolutely do. And then a stunning chainmail bracelet on the end as well. Now, I love the gemstones in this kit. My all-time favourite shape for any beaded gemstone is the bicone, 100%. It looks, I think because it looks like a diamond shape, it looks like a jewel. It looks like how I saw gemstones in books when I was a kid. You know, when you think about pirates' treasure in a treasure chest, and you think about beautiful jewels and gems in a treasure chest. They're always this kind of shape, aren't they?
They are, and they're so versatile. This shape, I think, this is the most versatile shape that we can get as a gemstone because, like you say, they all like tessellate together so beautifully, but they stand alone. They just give so much sparkle.
Stunning, absolutely stunning. Stunning African amethyst, followed by smoky quartz bicones. Beautiful combination here, absolutely glorious. And then, oh my goodness me, a strand of rainbow fluorite bicones, all completely and utterly natural, everything from those silvery greens through to your purples, through to your pinks. Some of these have got that zebra quality going through them, so they're going to be kind of bi-coloured. All of these gemstones are 100% natural, and they've all got that gorgeous bicone quality. Look at that gorgeous bracelet. I love what you've done here, Fleur. You've really gone to town on this bracelet here. You've kind of put all of the fluorites together here. What are they like to work with? Because fluorite inherently is quite a soft, genuine gemstone. So to get it in any kind of faceted quality is very, very unusual indeed. What's it like to work with bicones?
They're lovely to work with because, like we said, you know, they're so unusual. So if you just had them as little drops like I've got on the side of that bracelet, they give that unusual look to that gemstone as well. And because they've got so many like facets, if you like,
oh, absolutely,
they're just so sparkly. They're really lovely, and they work so nice in these kind of geometric designs because they have that sort of geometric shape about them.
They do.
So they look really nice when they're brought down to a point like it is in the bracelet.
Gorgeous, gorgeous quality. So 3 strands of your natural, genuine gemstone bicones. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, is that it? No. My word. Okay, I've already got over 30 people who've allocated this kit to their order. Just so you know, you've got to get this kit. How on earth has Fleur managed to make a necklace like this? Well, of course, with the bicone gemstones, plus a load of these jump rings. And we are talking loads and loads and loads of jump rings. These are in... We've got a, hang on a minute, we're just going to, oh wow, look at all those. An army of jump rings. Okay, so these are all bare copper open jump rings. You're going to be getting 105mm bare copper open jump rings, 106mm bare copper open jump rings, 107mm, 7mm. 107mm upon jumping, and then 109mm. Sounded like what's his name from Father of the Bride, Mr. Banks. Frank tell Honk, Mr. Banks is very, very rare. 209 200 of your 9mm bare copper open jump rings. 500 altogether. Come on, Fleur, get the abacus out to count all these. Goodness me. 500 of your jump rings. Feel like I need a coin purse. Your ones, your twos, your fours. And then you've got, don't drop these, Carol. Don't drop them. Oh, I'm in that kind of a mood today. Who knows what's going to happen? Oh, Fleur. 500 of your bare copper. Oh, spat all over the screen now. 500 of your bare copper round spacer beads which are 2mm in diameter. Right. For pity's sake, stop giving me all these kits with all these incredible things in. I can't even speak. So, 500 of your jump rings. Do you really want me to go through the dimensions again? 100 of the 5, 100 of the 6, 100 of the 7, 100 of the 9, 200 of the 9, so it's 500 in total, plus 500 of your spacer beads, plus 3 strands of your incredible bicones. Of course, it works beautifully together, doesn't it?
It does. And like we had a kit on Wednesday which was bare copper, and like we were talking about, then we could patina these as well, so we can colour these into whatever colour you have a play with your coffees and your salts, and you know if you've got any other sort of like bicarbonate of soda to seal it all. It's such an easy process to colour these jump rings as well, and because you can colour them, if you want 2 different colours in your chainmail weave, you can make some really dark and keep some really nice and shiny.
Perfect.
And then you can see a real dimension in that chainmail weave as well.
Now, Fleur is quite right. When you have bare copper, essentially it hasn't been sealed. So if you wanted to patina it, if you wanted to, for want of a better word, kind of oxidize it or give it that aged look, you absolutely can because it hasn't been sealed. If you don't want to, then that's absolutely fine, and you don't have to do anything to it at all, but it gives you the option of doing that. Now, Fleur, are you happy at £48.55?
Definitely. Especially for those gemstones.
They're amazing, aren't they?
Pay that for those gemstones.
Would you be happy a little bit less? $29.95. Oh my goodness me.
Well, that's like £10
Stick
a
that in your
strand.
jump ring and smoke it. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing.
That's like £10 a strand, and then all the jump rings are free.
Yeah, absolutely. She's right. It is. It's like £10 per strand of bicones. So your natural amethyst, your natural smoky quartz, your natural fluorite, and then 500 jump rings and 500 spacer beads for free. 1,000 other items. So you get 3 items at £10 each, which is amazing, and 1,000 free. You don't see offers like that in supermarkets, do you?
Yeah.
Buy 3, get 1,000 free. It'd be amazing. Can you imagine that? People struggling under the load of eggs or whatever it is free. Amazing. Why eggs? I don't know. Oh, right, okay, fantastic. Now, how have you used the spacer beads, Fleur?
So I've used them in the necklace.
Oh, yes, of
so
course.
just as so it looks like a beaded necklace. But if you wanted to have that beautiful, do you know the ball chain that we do?
Yes.
You can get that beautiful effect with these beads because they're nice and small, but they've got a really nice drill hole in them. So you can get them on a 0.4 wire. I've got them straight on the beading thread there. But they're really nice. But you can use them as crimps as well because they're quite soft. Because bare copper is a soft metal, so you can use these as crimps as well if you want to. And if you've got your crimping pliers, they'll go back into that nice little round shape with your crimping pliers. The only thing that I've added to this kit is a few head pins and just to do the weave on the front with the bicones.
Right, well, we'll let you.
So that's the only thing I've added. So if you've got a few featherweight head pins, but the normal head pins fit through the bicones because they've got really good drill holes.
Did you have anything left?
No. I had a
Did
few,
you use everything?
Yeah, I had a few spacer beads left and a few bicones left, but not enough to do like a whole bracelet.
Perfect. So this gives you a great idea of just how much you can make. Roughly, oh goodness me, I don't know. Roughly in this bracelet here, Fleur, how many jump rings would you say you've used?
That one, there's about just over 100 in that one because it's a double spiral weave, that one, and that one I'd sell for $29.9. Well, it'd be about £30 because my chainmail bracelets start at 28 to 35 without any gemstones on them, and then whatever gemstones added, and then sterling silver starts at 50 and then goes up. So yeah, for bare copper, it would be about £30 for that one.
So I think that's so. This would. How much would you sell this for again?
About £30, but it would take you hardly any time to make. It's quite a quick bracelet to make. Yeah, it's a really lovely one. We'll we'll hopefully do that demo as well.
And you don't even use any gemstones in that?
You could add gemstones into that. You could add that beautiful charm into that because you've got lots of jump rings there. It is like a charm bracelet, so you can add.
Oh, isn't it just?
And that's got no gemstones at all in there. But like I say, you could add them in if you wanted to.
We knew this kit was going to be popular. We knew that there were going to be just tens and tens and tens of you coming through to get this kit. We started with almost 170. I've got less than 100 chances left. I've got over 40 of you with this in baskets. Please, please, please check your baskets out. I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want you to be disappointed. I've also got multi-bidders coming through for this as well, which is amazing. Fleur, it's over to you.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the hand to wrist adornment. So we're gonna do the chainmail weave that's on the actual bracelet, and I've done 3 different kinds of bracelets because if you don't get on with the half Persian 3-in-1, which is what's on the top there, that's why we're going to do the second bracelet, so you can change it about. So whichever bracelet you want to put on the top is entirely up to you, but I just like the flat weaves. I love this this kind of half Persian weave because it stays flat, it doesn't use very many jump rings, and you use the 7mm jump rings for this weave, so you can't use anything smaller, but you can use the larger ones. So you can use the 9mm as well if you want to.
Brilliant. So I'm going to put this on.
Okay, so when you use bare copper, if you don't want it to age when you're wearing it, you need to seal it, okay? So you can either seal it with the Swelligant sealer that we have on the website or the Renaissance wax that's on the website as well. So if you don't want the aging to happen on the copper, you need to seal it so that it doesn't start aging. If you want it for the health benefits, but as you know we don't go into too much, then you can't seal it, because once it's sealed, then the elements of the copper won't come through into the skin. Okay, so that's just because I know a few people have said, oh, I wanted to age it, but how do you stop it from carrying on aging? Because it will carry on oxidising. So for the half Persian 3-in-1, it's a really lovely weave. It doesn't take that many jump rings to actually make it because it's a flat weave. So in effect, the diameter of the jump ring is nearly the diameter that it makes in the bracelet, so if that makes sense. So the inner diameter is a lot smaller. So we're going to start with 3 jump rings linked together. Okay, and I'm using 2 different colours just so you can see the weave happening a little bit easier. And that's what we were saying, if you want to work with a bare copper and you want to age half of them, then it will be easier for you to see the weave. Now I'm right-handed, so I'm going to chainmail across to my right. So the jump ring that's in my right hand, I'm going to place underneath the jump ring in my left hand. I'm going to ignore that jump ring in the middle, so ignore that purple jump ring there, and I'm going to create a marquise shape, or what we in chainmail we call it the eye. So, because it looks more like a marquise shape. So you can see there that gap in the middle is like a little marquise shape, and that middle jump ring is now loose across the top of that jump ring. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this down. Now when you actually make this weave, for the first couple of rings that you put in, don't let go of it. Just get them closed. It doesn't matter, because if you let go of this weave when you've got a couple of jump rings in, it will all fall apart and you won't be able to see where it's going. So I'm just going to lay it down on the board in the formation that I want it to be.
Gorgeous.
Okay, so it's quite a simple weave, but it's one of those ones that's really difficult to start. So once you get it started, you'll be fine.
Lovely.
So this next jump ring, so the purple jump rings that I'm using are the open jump rings, and the gold ones are going to be the closed jump rings. So you only need half of them open. I'm going to come underneath from the back of the weave, underneath the first jump ring and underneath the second jump ring. So in effect, I've gone into that marquise shape that's in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you can see, it naturally wants to sit on top of the jump ring that was previous. So the previous purple jump ring, this new jump ring is sitting on top of it. So if I just lift that up, you can see it's sitting on top. Now I need to be able to increase the weave along, so move along the bus if you like.
Okay.
So I need to now put on another jump ring on. So this one's a closed jump ring, and I'm going to add that on, but the closed jump rings have to sit underneath the previous jump ring. So the ones that you add that are open sit on top, and the closed ones sit underneath. So I'm now going to move that one underneath.
There you go.
So I have to physically put that one underneath. When it's in the correct sizes, it sort of like just tucks itself underneath quite nicely. It's just because these are really large. And now I can close that one up. So now I've got my first set in. Now from here on in, this is where it gets a little bit more difficult to see that marquise shape. So I don't say look for the marquise shape, just go, all you need to collect are the last 2 closed jump rings that you've added.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my next purple jump ring, and from the back again, so always from the underneath, take the first jump ring and then the second jump ring. So it has actually gone into that marquise shape, but you've not looked for that marquise shape, because that's where people get confused, because when it's all in the same colour, you can't see it, because you can't see the 2 different colours that I've got here.
Okay.
So again, that jump ring that I've just added is sitting naturally on top of the previous purple jump ring. So I now need to add my closed one, and that has to sit underneath. So I'll pop it on and then just slide it underneath, okay? And close that one up.
Yeah.
So it's quite, like I say, it's a straightforward weave, but it is difficult to get going, because it's just getting your head around where that marquise shape is and where the next jump ring goes. So my next jump ring again is going to go through the 2 previous closed jump rings, so the ones that are stacked underneath.
Yeah.
So I'll go from the back up through the first one and then collect the second one. So when you look at this book this weave in books now, it'll say go through the eye of the previous 2 jump rings, which to me just doesn't make sense. And this weave took me months and months and months to learn. It was my nemesis. I just couldn't do it, because I couldn't understand what they were saying until I just thought, well, how would I understand it? And this is the way that I understand it, and hopefully it's a lot easier for you to understand. So now I'm going to take my next closed jump ring, pop that on, and we know that the closed jump rings have to sit underneath, because the open jump rings sit on top.
It's nice you can do this one flat as well, isn't it? Rather than having to hold it up and have a...
Yeah, it's so much easier when it's flat. And what I would say, when you're doing, like I say, with the first couple of jump rings, don't worry about using your 2 pliers to close it up nice and neatly. Just close it up any old how, even if you have to use your fingers, just because you need to get the stability. So after the first 2 jump rings that you've woven in, it becomes really stable. If not, when you drop it or you try and close it up neatly, it loses its stability, and you can't. It looks like one of those Chinese puzzles, and you can't work out which way is up and down. So I'm just going to put one more in, and I'm going to show you that this weave actually has 2 different sides to it. So when you get a little bit more accustomed to the weave, you can what they call speed weave.
Ooh.
It's exciting, isn't it, speed weaving? So what you do is you put your closed jump ring already onto your open jump ring.
Okie dokie.
And then all you're going to do is just go under the last 2 jump rings, and it naturally sits then underneath.
That's amazing.
So I don't have to do anything with that jump ring now because it's naturally sitting underneath.
2 steps in one.
So it makes it a lot faster. Now, if you're selling your chainmail and you work out your prices per hour, this obviously brings down the amount of time that it takes to make this weave.
Yeah.
So if you can get used to popping that closed jump ring onto your open one straight away, it does bring down the time. So again, just coming up underneath the last 2, and it'll naturally just sit underneath, so it's already in place. So if I just turn this weave over now, whoops. If I just turn this weave over, you can see from one side, it looks like this, and then when you turn it over, you get a completely different look. So it's one of those weaves that's really nice that you can use on either side, and it looks completely different.
Doesn't
and
it
again,
just?
when it's in 2 colours, so
beautiful.
on this side you can see half and half, and then when I turn it over, we can see most of the purple from what I'm looking at, and the orange if you looked at the other side. And then when you turn it over, you get most of the purple that I can see, and the orange is facing towards me. So it's got a real different look either side. When you get to the end of this bracelet, you need to just be able to finish it off, because this isn't finished off now, because this is ready to go on to the next stage. So to finish it off, so when you get to the bracelet length that you need, just pop on your open jump ring, but don't put a closed jump ring on, and then that sort of like seals the ends, if you like. It keeps it all together. Now what I would say, when you're doing any sort of chainmail weave that you'll find a little bit difficult to start with, make a little bit longer than you need, and then take off, if you need a 7-inch bracelet, make 8.5 inches and take off your 7 inches and leave that 1.5 inches as a starter weave, so that you don't have to go through the pain of trying to start it all again. So you've always got that little starter weave, and it also will remind you on how to carry on as well. So it's a lot easier. I've got weaves that I just literally got a little bit of because they were so horrible to start in the first place. I've kept them like that. Now to attach your clasp to one of these weaves, what you need to do is go through both jump rings on the end. So if I just get a different coloured jump ring, I can show you. So to keep it so that it stays in this formation, it doesn't fall out of formation, you're going to take your jump ring that's going to attach your clasp to, just through both of them at the end. So we're not going through any of the marquee shapes at all, just the 2 on the end, and then the first 2. And then when you hold it up, it stays in formation. Ooh. So like I say, these rings are really large, so it looks a little bit more open. But you can use really large jump rings if you want. It doesn't matter.
I think it looks great.
And it's a typical bracelet only takes about 70 jump rings for a bracelet. Brilliant. So you don't need very many jump rings at all to create this kind of pattern. And this is the pattern that they use on the Blues and Royals and Lifeguards chin strap, because it is a traditional curb chain.
Oh, wow.
So it has got its place in history.
Wendy's texting saying, hi, what size rings can you use for this weave? Lovely jewellery, Fleur.
So for this weave, for the jump rings that we sell at JewelleryMaker, we can use the 7mm and the 9mm for this weave. You can't go any smaller than the 7mm because you haven't got enough room to go through that marquee shape and then add another ring on. When we come to the second kit, with all the brand new jump rings in, we can do it with the majority of the jump rings that are in, because they're completely brand new sizes and different gauges and things like that. So when it comes to the second kit, you'll see that I've used this weave again, but in a different, and it looks completely different because it's in the thicker gauges.
Fantastic, thank you so much for that, Fleur. Isn't that wonderful? Oh my goodness me. Now we've only got just over 40 of this kit remaining. We started off with almost 170, so congratulations to everyone who's checked their baskets out. I still have got a load of you with this kit in your baskets. Please, 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 please check your baskets out as quickly as you can. I've got a bundle for you here featuring loads and loads of seed beads. This is such a fantastic bundle, Fleur.
I love this.
I know, isn't it gorgeous?
These work brilliantly with chainmail.
In what way?
Because they go actually on the jump rings, so you can make
chainmail.
My words. And I think I've got a little section, so I'll have a quick look in my little box of tricks, see if I can find the little section of it beaded.
Oh wow. In this bundle, whilst Fleur's getting her bit sorted, in this bundle you get 2 loads of your gold-plated brass seed beads, which are approximately 4mm in diameter. You get 600 in each tube, there or thereabouts. You're also going to be getting pretty much exactly the same in the rose gold-plated seed beads. Yep, 600 in each tube. And then you're also going to be getting your antique copper-plated brass ones, which approximately you're going to be getting between 600 and 700 of these in a tube as well. They're 4mm as well. Now, Fleur.
So, so what I've done is I've added this.
This
is called beaded dragon back. So I've just literally added them. If I turn it to the side, you can see that they're just on that centre strand. And they work perfectly for the demo that we did on Wednesday as well when we did the gemstone spine. You could do a metal seed bead spine.
Aren't they gorgeous? Can you see them just there, just going all the way? Oh, that is so beautiful, Fleur. I mean that is quite a that's a really interesting way of using them. I think something of maybe for more beginners, you know, if you wanted to just go down the route of just literally just putting these onto using these as beads, as it were, and making them into beaded jewellery, absolutely fantastic. If you do beaded kumihimo, if you do any bead loom work like Sarah Elvin does, if you wanted to incorporate these into macrame pieces, perhaps like Mark Smith would do, then absolutely do that. You're going to be getting hundreds of your seed beads here. These should be £89.70 today. We are going to be taking them lower. We're going to be taking these under 70, under 60, under £50 for all of these seed beads. £49.95. Now, I just need to make something clear to you as well. A lot of the seed beads that we bring you tend to have around about 300 in a tube. You're getting approximately 600, approximately 600, approximately 600, 600, approximately 700, 700. So that is going to be 140, 260, 380, around about 380 seed beads. As I just did the maths then.
3,800.
3,000. Of course! Oh my word, sorry. Approximately 3,000. I knew it wasn't that bright. Approximately 3,800 seed beads here. I was really impressed with myself then.
Just missed the knot off the end, that's all.
Thanks for that, Fleur. Cheers.
Okay.
Yeah. So approximately 3,800 seed beads in this pack for under £50. Absolutely amazing. And these are going to last you such a long time, aren't they, Fleur?
A long, long time. And this colour, you hardly ever see the antique bronze. I think I've had it once in a chainmail kit, and I think it's been on a couple of times. But we all use metal seed beads. Every designer, we all use them because they're great for infill with your wire work. So if you're making wire work pieces, they're great. If you've not got enough gemstones to finish that necklace off, you need to extend it, but you don't want to put an extended chain on. You need to make it a little bit longer, or, you know, make your gemstone strand go a little bit further. But absolutely perfect, and they'd work amazingly with every single one of those gemstone strands.
Do you know what? That's a really interesting point. I hadn't have thought about, you know, if you wanted to extend a bracelet or extend a necklace, but you don't necessarily have an extended chain. This is a great way of doing it. Yeah. Just by adding on these seed beads here to make that necklace or that bracelet that little bit longer, and it will become part of the design. It will look so fantastic, won't it?
Yeah, and I mean, I had a look on the high street a couple of weeks ago, and there seems to be lots and lots of stretchy bracelets in metal seed beads, just like stacker bracelets.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they're about £20 or £30 each. And they're base metals. They're not gold plated or, you know, rose gold plated like ours are. They're just base metals. So that's a fantastic price.
And you're right. I don't think I've seen the antique bronze ones either. I don't think I've seen those at all on JewelleryMaker. Do add them onto your order. I've got loads of you coming through. Whether you're into chainmail, whether you're into beading, whether you're into kumihimo or macrame, these are absolutely fantastic. And do you know what? Guest designers like Mark Smith, I remember we challenged him once with a box of metal beads, not too dissimilar to this, and the jewellery he made was absolutely fantastic. You're quite right. Just simple stacker bracelets or stacker rings made out of these kind of seed beads look amazing. Right, sorry, Fleur.
That's okay.
Carry on. What are you going to show us now?
So I'm going to do the spiral bracelet on the end, just so that you've got a different option to do the bracelet, you know, for your hand to wrist adornment. So if you wanted to do the spiral bracelet, you could do so. If, like I say, if you don't like the half Persian, because, you know, the best thing about chainmail, if you don't like one weave, you can do it with a different weave completely. So this is a really simple bracelet. I'm going to do it as a single spiral to start with, but all you would do, where I've added one jump ring, you're going to add two, okay? So I've just linked two jump rings together. Now exactly the same as what we were doing with the half Persian with the marquee shape, we're going to do exactly the same with this. So I've now what I've done is I've just turned the rings slightly on their sides and just pushed them together, so I'll make that little marquee shape. Okay, and take my next colour. So I'm using 2 different colours so you can see it, sort of happening. So again, from the back, I'm going to come up just through that marquee shape. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to add anything on, and just go through and add 1 jump ring through the marquee shape. And then I go to my next little gap. So I'm always going to just connect the last 2 jump rings together from the back to the front. So I'm going to take my next colour, and again, just go through the back and to the front. And that's how simple this weave is. It is the most simplest one. So again, put the next 2 jump rings together, and the spiral happens as you get a little bit more of the weave happening. It starts to spiral all by itself. Now, like I said, I'm doing a single spiral here just to demonstrate it, but you would just do 2, so you can see straight away it's starting to spiral. And I've just added a few jump rings in. So where I'm adding 1, you will add 2. So you can see there it's just starting to go. So I'm going to carry on just adding a few more jump rings in. So again, looks lovely in 2 colours, looks great when it's just in the 1 colour, but I think that could be quite masculine or feminine.
Couldn't it just? Absolutely.
And if you wanted a more chunkier bracelet as a start of your hand wrist, what we call them, adornments.
Adornments, yes. Oh, it's me. I know, we've got to be so careful, haven't we?
Yeah, we're not allowed to call it what most people think that they are called.
Anyway.
So as you can see now, it's starting to spiral straight away. Now with the single spiral, if you want to do this in just a single like I'm doing, it doesn't stay spiraled when you take it off. You just, once you twist it and then clasp it up, it's absolutely fine. With a double spiral, because you've got more jump rings, like packing it out if you like, it will stay spiraled. So it's so easy, and all you have to remember is it's the last 2 jump rings that you're going to go through. Now what you can't do is you can't say start going from the back to the front and then change over and go from the front to the back, because it won't spiral then, it will spiral in a different way. So as long as you keep adding them in exactly the same way, then it will carry on spiraling for you. And it's just it's a really simple weave, and like I say, just do the double if you wanted that nice chunkier double spiral. If you want it to stay in the single spiral, that's no problem.
Do you know what, when you were saying at the beginning of this kit, and you were saying about how long it takes you to make a bracelet like this and how it hardly takes any time at all, you weren't kidding, were you?
No.
It's a really simple technique.
Really, really simple. And if you pre-open all your jump rings to start with, because the way that our brains work, because it likes patterns, if you like. So the more you carry on doing a pattern without stopping, the more you will remember it. So you can see there it's starting to get that lovely twist.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like a strand of DNA, doesn't it?
It's beautiful. I think it looks like a lovely strand of DNA. But when you let go of it, it will go into this kind of...
Oh, it's got... Which is also beautiful.
It still looks really nice. And then to get it from this sort of look to then getting it back to your spiral, all you need to do is just give it a twist, and it's back into a spiral. And then once it's clasped up together, it will stay in that spiral. So it looks great as really lovely, like a rope chain effect. You remember the old really thick rope chains? I used to have one when I was little, when I was about 16. And I used to wear it all the time, and I lost it.
Did you? Oh, fantastic.
So, but yeah, all you need to do is remember this, just the last 2 jump rings, so the one that you've just added and the one previous. It's a lot easier in the 9mm jump rings because you can see, because it sort of like makes the gaps a little bit bigger for you to see.
Yeah.
But you can do a spiral weave in everything. Yeah, you can do it in the 9, 7 and 6 that are in this kit. Okay. So depending on how delicate you want that spiral bracelet or earrings to look. Now what you can do, I've made some lovely spiral earrings, is to then connect it together and make beautiful spiral loops, and they look really nice. So it's a really nice weave to have a go at. If you've never had a go at chainmail, have a go at this one, because it's a real lovely effect that you get from not very much work, if you like. So yeah, it doesn't take that long.
Oh, thank you so much, Fleur. That's just incredible, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly that's built up. And of course, there are still just a few of this kit available for less than £30. Please do add it onto your order. With the 3 strands of natural gemstone bicones, with your smoky quartz, your amethyst, and of course your fluorite, plus 500 jump rings, plus another 500 of your spacer beads, all for under £30. It has been a really, really, really fast-selling kit, unsurprisingly, and it's just so great to see the kind of designs that you can aspire to make. Obviously, when you get this kit home, watch this show back, go to our YouTube channel, make sure you watch this show back so you can follow a step-by-step guide to either make your gorgeous hand to finger adornment, or of course this beautiful spiral weave here as well, or any of the other pieces. Now, we're going to be doing Wall of Fame in a couple of seconds. I've got to warn you as well, coming up on today's show, we've got that incredible strand of blue genuine gemstones. I'll just grab it very quickly. To my knowledge, we had a couple of people, brilliant, okay, we've had a couple of people guessing this gemstone correctly. It's coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. It's absolutely incredible. It's coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. Don't go anywhere, Wall of Fame. Hello there. I've got number 400 here. Beautiful jewellery. Absolutely gorgeous. It looks like, oh wow, it is opal. Oh my word, look at the quality. Oh my goodness me, look at this. Look at that. Number 400. This is from Naomi Hutchinson in Sunderland. Hi all at JewelleryMaker. This week's entry is, this is my entry for the Wall of Fame this week. I made myself a necklace, bracelet and earring set using my beautiful strand of Australian opal and silver plated findings, all from JewelleryMaker, of course. Look at the quality of this opal, it's absolutely amazing. I could not bring myself to sell it, it's all mine. I took the photo in the dark, just with the flash light on my phone, then edited it taking some of the light away. I think it looks amazing and shows off just how beautiful the opal is. I hope you like it as much as me. Good luck to all in the draw. Thanks for the laughs, Naomi. The quality of that opal is quite simply...
It's just amazing.
Astonishing.
Looks like jelly opal, doesn't it?
Boom. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful.
Right.
I've got number 397 and a beautiful set of wire writing here. And this is from Darren, and it says, hi, my lovely JMers. Here is this week's Wall of Fame. I've got Claire's wonderful wire writing DVD and used some of the ideas to make a card for my mum for Mother's Day. I also made a similar one for my husband to send to his mum, all wire from JM. I used E6000 glue on it to, as you'll see, the rather large dollop holding the second M in place. Oops. I'm sure that'll be fine. Would love there to be a DVD on wire writing the alphabet capitals and small letters. Really could do with a win, and that's from Darren. We'll make Claire do another DVD on wire writing then with all the alphabet. That's beautiful, thank you.
Number 401, beautiful pendant here. This is from Julia in Rubery. Hi gang, hope you're all fabulous. This week's entry is Wall of Fame entry. Is a copy of a recent DI mine, is a copy of a recent DI. Mine is rose gold wire and teal freshwater pearls. All right, everyone. Keep the inspiration coming, Julia and Ruby. It's gorgeous, Julia. I'm sorry for messing that up. All right, team. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
I got number 398, and this is, it doesn't say who it's from. It says, hi, this is my effort for this week's Wall of Fame, made from silver-plated wire and labradorite. Loved making this. Is that labradorite?
Beautiful.
Gosh. I thought it was
tiger's
tiger's
eye.
Yeah, I was going to say.
She said labradorite. It's tiger's eye, I think.
Tiger's eye.
I think it's tiger's eye.
Beautiful.
Okay, number 399. I've got to do this one really quickly. So this is from Sandra Edwards in Lincolnshire. Here's my Wall of Fame entry this week, using 0.25mm gauge gold-plated wire, peach moonstone, all from JewelleryMaker, of course. I've loved the crochet for many years, and I thought I'd give it a go. It turned out quite well, I think. It's absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. Please don't go anywhere. We've got buttons coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Did you know that no matter how many times you purchase with JewelleryMaker in the same day, you'll only be charged one postage and packaging fee?
I think fashion allows you to express your individuality in a way that you have a uniform at school, for example, and then you customise it to suit your personality. And as you grow, your clothing grows with you. But it also, you can identify with various other people in your tribe. It's a tribal thing. It's like a village thing or a tribal thing. We're goths for a little while and then we suddenly grow up and discover colour. Fashion is very important for everybody.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from JewelleryMaker.
Did you know that the JewelleryMaker phone number is free from a UK landline? Now you can spend those extra pennies on more shopping.
Oh my word! I don't think I've ever seen these before. They're utterly amazing. Gemstone buttons. Do you know what my 2.5-year-old calls buttons? Bottoms. Kind of halfway between bottom and button. Bottoms. Mummy, can you buy bottoms up? She's very excited at the minute because she's not really in a pushchair anymore. And so she walks everywhere holding your hand and stuff. And she's very excited because all of her coats have got pockets in. Now she understands what pockets are for. Pockets are for putting your hands in. She goes, I got my hand in my pocket, Mummy. And so she's kind of toddling along like this. And then her hands get cold, so then she has to swap sides. And, got my hand in my pocket, Mummy. But I was getting her undressed the other day. And I was kind of getting her ready for bed and putting her jamamas on. And jamamas, Jim Jams and Jojo's and jamamas. That's her pyjamas. And in her pockets, she collects things in her pockets. There's hairbands in there. There's a couple of Cheerios. You know, other hoop cereals are available. A couple of Cheerios in there. Bits of food, bits of spirally pasta and stuff. Just random stuff in there.
Yeah, Max does exactly the same.
Cash.
Yeah, yeah. Contents of your purse.
I know, yeah. Hair clips, boots cards, things like that. Yeah. Anyway, so here, these are beautiful, genuine gemstone buttons. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, my word. Have you ever seen these, Fleur?
I've had some similar in a kit, but I think they were Jasper. They were picture Jasper buttons. I've never seen this variety. Are they fluorite?
They're fluorite buttons.
Yeah, I've never seen the fluorite ones. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Now, what would you do with these? I mean, obviously, the obvious thing to do with these is to use them as buttons, maybe on the top. Maybe upcycle a cardigan if you go and buy just a plain white cardi or a plain cream cardi, and just upcycle them. But they look lovely sewn onto things as well. So sewn onto just sewn onto tops because they make such a lovely design. Sewn onto bags, sewn onto shoes. Buttons are meant to be lucky as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Buttons are supposed to be lucky.
Using them in jewellery, how could you use them in jewellery, Fleur?
When I had them in the kit, the different kind, I crocheted a necklace and used them as a button fastener for crochet, because then you can make the loop and then just the button, so you can have like a traditional sort of like button clasp, if you like.
Yeah.
But if you're into your macrame, they'd look lovely as macrame. You know, because sometimes you can get a different kind of fastening rather than your slider fastener.
Absolutely,
Pop
yeah.
a button on there, and you could sew them on the top of the macrame as well, which would look really nice. But I'd love to see them on a bag, like a cloth bag with little flowers, and have the buttons as the middle.
Oh, gorgeous idea. Or maybe a fascinator.
Yeah.
Or cufflinks, something like that.
Yeah. They would make absolutely beautiful cufflinks.
Wouldn't they just?
Really nice.
Now, these are fluorite, so they are going to be 100% natural. Not only that, they're going to have this lovely, lovely translucency going all the way through them. A translucency is kind of halfway between transparent and opaque. Jan, guest designer. She can't help herself, can she? She loves texting in. Jan, I love Jan. I used to make rings from buttons, and now I can make them from genuine gemstones. Great show, ladies. Kiss, kiss. Thanks, Jan. What a great idea, making them into rings.
They'd be beautiful as well. Then you could have one of the little bicones from the kit in the middle as well, because you've got fluorite bicones. So you could have that in the middle and sew it on, so you've got like a base.
What a lovely idea.
Jan's got to buy these now and make that.
Sorry, say again.
Jan's got to buy these now and make that.
Jan, you have to. There should be $7.95. That's amazing. I've got loads of people multi-buying these. Well done, everyone. Okay, today we're going to give them a little price slash. I've never seen these before. I think they're absolutely glorious. Give them a go. Add them onto your order. Well done. I've got people getting 3 loads of these, 2 loads of these. $4.95. Wowza. Amazing. That's less than £1 each. Incredible. Do you know what, Fleur? Even being the lazy person that I am, even if you got a lovely kind of strong piece of card and you stuck them just with some little, well, maybe just some sticky back plastic, just to a piece of card, and just sell little cards with buttons on, and just say, gemstone buttons. Oh, I don't know. £8 for this card of buttons, and then people can do whatever they want with them. Sell them on your stall.
Definitely. That would be really lovely for a little girl's cardigan as well. So if you were doing kits like that, if you do knitting kits and have gemstone buttons for them, because 5 buttons is a lot. You'd definitely, you could have 2 on the little cuffs if you want, and then 3 down the front if you've got a V-neck cardigan. It'd be lovely.
Going back to where we were yesterday, we were at the NEC at the National Wedding Show, which was absolutely incredible. I have to say, if you get the chance to go, please, please, please do. It's just brilliant. We did some filming there, and there were loads of beautiful wedding dresses there. A lot of cream and ivory about as well. But there was a stall promoting a magazine called Rock and Roll Bride. I've never heard of this magazine before, but it is absolutely incredible. Advertising there is a lady who makes bespoke wedding dresses and really unusual wedding dresses. So she recreated the wedding dress from Corpse Bride, from Tim Burton's Corpse Bride, and there were loads of pictures of really different kinds of wedding dresses. Instead of having a wedding dress with kind of pearl and white seed beads or crystal embellishments, why not try using buttons? I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a modern take on the Pearly King and Pearly Queen. He's in it. Well done. Loads of people coming through for this. Well done. Lots of multi-bidders. Congratulations. Well done. Phyllis from the Shetland Isles has come through for these. Well done. Is it me, or is it really, really cold in here?
Freezing.
It's absolutely freezing, isn't it? Kerry's got a coat on. If I could have my coat on, I would. I'm fairly warm-blooded, but it is absolutely freezing in here. Sorry, Cass. Cassie down the alley of sin. Are you down there, Cass?
Yeah, I'm sorting it out.
Oh, she's sorting it out. Sort it out! She hasn't even moved to London yet. She's already got the accent. Hey? Tiger's eye buttons. Tiger's eye bottoms. Do my bottoms at me? Oh gosh, I've got to tell you this story. I was picking up Hattie and Viva from nursery yesterday. Hattie's in the back of the car. Hattie's in the back of the car. She's chatting. I said, what did you do at nursery? She got into a bit of an altercation yesterday. She pulled Lottie's hair. Ooh, it's all a bit uncomfortable because I saw Lottie's mum on the way and I was like, hi, come on, Hattie, come on, let's go. But anyway, in the car on the way home, she was telling me all about it. She's going, Mummy, so I bumped my head and Lottie did something. So I pulled Lottie's hair. Blah 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 blah. I said, "Do you fancy seeing Mama and Papa tomorrow?" And that's my in-laws. Yes, I love Mama, Papa. And then there was just this pause, and she just said, "Got bogies, Mummy?" And she just showed me a finger. "Mummy, got bogies on my finger." Just so sweet and just so funny. "Got bogies, Mummy." John was putting Hattie to bed the other night, and he was like, "I love you, Hattie." She said, "I love you, Daddy." And he said, "Noses," because they rubbed noses, and she went like that, and she went, "Got bogies, Daddy." Oh, amazing. Right, red tiger's eye buttons. Got bogies. Got bogies. Right, okay, here we go. Red tiger's eye buttons. These are gorgeous. These are going to have the most beautiful chatoyancy on them. Hey, Lottie's a nice girl. Don't be horrible about Lottie. She's really cute. Ollie's like, she probably deserved it. That's horrible. She's a lovely little girl.
Nursery wars.
Nursery wars, yeah. She comes back with bite marks on her and all sorts. Goodness me. It's horrendous what goes on at nursery. Anyway, these should be $7.95, but I'm going to take the price down. Red tiger's eye, so you're going to be getting gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous quality tiger's eye, plus you're going to be getting chatoyancy, which of course is a natural optical property going all the way through these, all the way down to $4.95. More people coming through for these, well done. 18 carats of your red tiger's eye. They're 12 millimetres in diameter. And similarly, you can do a similar thing to these as you would with the fluorite. Either use them as buttons or embellish things with them. Absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Really, really pretty. Ollie, we've already come up with that idea. Fleur already said. Fleur already said. Sew them onto a little girl's cardigan. Like it. I do like it. Love the idea. I like the idea of because Laura is a milliner. She still does millinery, doesn't she? Who's Laura? Your girlfriend, Scott. What are you doing? Laura, who's Laura? Oh my God. Oh, her. Oh my word! Who's Laura? Dreadful! My producer Scott Stone, find him on Facebook, just questioned who Laura was. Who Laura, the milliner, is. Your girlfriend. Oh my word! She's going to change the locks when you get home. You're dumped! Anyway, Laura, who does millinery, yes, they would work very well on a hat. I wasn't looking for your approval, Scott. I was just saying, does she still do millinery? She does, thank you. Right, yes. It's all getting rather uncomfortable in here today, isn't it? We're going to get text through in a minute. By the way, your stuff's outside on the lawn. Well, then I've got $4.95. Goodness me. Oh, blimey. Hey, buttons would work quite well like this in steampunk designs as well, don't you think?
They would. And Sammy's coming up next on the next show, and she is a steampunk queen.
She is a steampunk queen.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So these with the watch cogs and things like that look really, really good.
Scott's still trying to dig him out, dig himself out of the hole he just created, making a joke about it. Not funny, Scott. Laura's not laughing, I can tell. She's at home there. She's booked into the hotel down the road. Yeah, probably for the best, Scott. Hashtag awkward. Right, so rose quartz buttons here. Oh, these are the kind of buttons you want on your wedding dress. They're just beautiful, aren't they? Oh, they're so pretty. If only we'd have played these maybe a week ago, you could make them into lovely Mother's Day cards. Couldn't you? Couldn't you? Don't people say when babies are born, they're as cute as a button?
Yeah, they do.
Make them into little cards. And then you've got rose quartz, the gemstone of friendship as well. Absolutely gorgeous, really, really beautiful. So fantastic for things like little charms or for prezzies. Now, don't forget as well, you can use them just as gemstone beads. So forget the fact that they're buttons. You can use them just as genuine gemstone beads. Hannah Oxbury, who's our resident gemologist, I'm sure she made a little fascinated with a spray of gemstones, and all of the beads were buttons. I'm pretty sure that she did that, and she made some of her own buttons out of polymer clay as well, which looked absolutely fantastic. Because of course these are rose quartz, you're going to be getting this gorgeous kind of pink ice quality to them as well, so this gorgeous fibrous quality going through them. So they should be $7.95. We're going to take them all the way down. I like the thought of using these with the fluorite ones. Sorry. My hand. Rose quartz, $7.95, all the way down to $4.95. Well done.
If you popped a little bit of Eslon through there, you could make it onto a wish bracelet. You know, the wish bracelet on the cards.
Oh, lovely
but all you
idea.
need to do is go from the underneath over the top, like you would a button, and then through the other side, and it would be like a slide-in like wish bracelet.
Gorgeous idea. Yeah, what a lovely idea. Little wish bracelets, absolutely. So the fluorite ones, I think would go particularly well with the rose quartz. Of course, you're going to be getting 5 of your rose quartz buttons here for just £4.95p. Sorry about my slightly blue hands today. I think it's my jeans, the dye from my jeans. You know, you've got kind of a newish pair of jeans. Yeah. You haven't, anyway, never mind. Sorry, didn't need to know that. Right, okay. Still to come in the 11 o'clock hour, we have got this strand of amazingness. What do you reckon this is? What do you reckon it is? We've had a couple of people texting with the correct answer, which is brilliant. Can I tell people yet? Yeah? Yes, please, that'd be amazing. We're going to bring you a couple of the correct answers of what this gemstone is. We've had people guessing kyanite, tanzanite, iolite. This incredible genuine gemstone right here. The wow. Susan Staffordshire. The gemstone is Burmese sapphire. You know your stuff. Well done, Susan. It absolutely is. Blue fluorite? No. Burmese sapphire. It's going to be coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. Is it London blue topaz? No. No. Burmese sapphire. You're right. Wow, Seraphinity, what a great name. Yes, it's coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. Genuine Burmese sapphire. I have never bought you Burmese sapphire before. This is something seriously, seriously special. It's coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. I can't wait to bring this to you. Woo! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, ring mounts. Oh. Oh, it's got a gemstone with it as well. Oh my word, wowzer. Wowzer, wowzer, wowzer. Okay, here we go. This is 925 sterling silver. How can I tell? Because of the way it looks and because it's got a little tarnish strip with it as well. Anti-tarnish strip, sorry. Okay, so, yeah. Tarnish strip to make your jewelry nice and tarnished. Anti-tarnish, anti-tarnish. Right, okay, so in this little set, you get a 925 sterling silver ring mount. Now, with your ring mount, it looks like you get genuine gemstones in the mount as well. Is there some white topaz in there? That's beautiful. Gorgeous. So you get your 925 sterling silver ring mount with beautiful little, what looks like almost claw set, white topaz gems on the shoulders. Well, there's not a lot going in the centre, is there? It's missing something. It's missing a gemstone. That's what it's missing. How about a beautiful blue topaz? Now this is Swiss blue topaz, so kind of like the middle blue, so light, so sky blue. Let's see if I can fit it in without opening these claws. There's sky blue, Swiss blue, and London blue. London blue is the darkest. This is Swiss blue, which is kind of the midpoint. No, I'm not gonna. I just don't want to kind of force it into the mount. So what I'll do is I'll just put it there. There we go. Octagon cut Swiss blue topaz. Absolutely glorious. You can see it's been an octagonal cut. So it's got these gorgeous, gorgeous crown facets going up to this central table facet. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. There's no need for me. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful recording. Did you do that, Ollie? It's lovely. It's a really lovely one. Gorgeous clarity, beautiful adamantine luster coming out this Swiss blue topaz as well. And it could not be easier to make a ring that is so professional. I mean, this is taking jewellery making to the next level, isn't it, Fleur? Because you can make something which looks so professional.
Yeah, it looks like it's just walked out of a jeweller's.
Doesn't it just?
And I mean, I've never claw set a gemstone into a ring mount or anything, but I know a few friends of mine have got the gem setting toolkit, and they say it's so easy and it's so quick that you can actually make a ring really quickly and have it, so you could almost take these to your craft style.
You absolutely
and
could.
Make it and say come back in 15-20 minutes and it will all be done for you.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I'm tempted to say as well, because of course it's just simply a claw setting, there's nothing more technical to it than that. I'm tempted to say you might not even need your gem setting set, tool set to set a gemstone to set the gemstone into this particular ring mount, I'm tempted to say you might just need some round nose pliers and flat nose pliers, just from your small toolkit, which is less than a tenner, to add a gemstone like this into your ring mount. I mean, that's fair enough to say that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if you were going to use your pliers, what I'd do is probably get a plaster, you know, the fabric like a plaster, and just put that over the top of your pliers, just so you've not got any metal going onto that, so it cushions it a little bit more. So if you do slip, you're not going to damage the stone or damage anything. So just pop a plaster over the side of your pliers.
That's a good idea.
But it has to be like one of the, do you know the pink fleshy, the fabricy ones, not the waterproof ones, one of those, and just push it over, and then it protects it a little bit more.
Perfect, awesome. Okay, so the original price of this, wow, see that's amazing, $17.95, that's the original price. We're going to be taking this lower though. And I just need to make you aware, it's a size 9 as well, which is a size R to S. So the size 9 is a size R to S. Wow. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. That's incredible. That's a whole £5 off, which is just awesome, awesome, awesome. So a size 9, which is a size R to S. There's probably enough sterling silver in here as well, because it's not been hollowed out dramatically around the shank, which you do find with some jewellery manufacturers, because it hasn't been hollowed out massively. You'd probably be able to go, you'd definitely be able to go down a couple of sizes if you wanted to. If you wanted to go up a size, that might be a little bit more tricky, but you might be able to go down a few sizes. So just literally make it into a piece of jewellery, take it into a jeweller, and if you want to get it resized, then ask. What's the worst that can happen? They say, no, unfortunately we can't, and then you use your 30-day money-back guarantee and send it back to us. You know, that's the worst that can happen. But at the end of the day, if you do go along to a craft fair and you are looking to sell these pieces, you could add that into your, I mean, if you do your research first, you can add that into the service. You can say, and if you need it resized, I can offer that to you as well, and offer it as part of the package deal, as it were, because it is a precious metal piece of jewellery with a gorgeous, beautiful Swiss blue topaz in there as well. Well done, $12.95. What a fantastic treat for you today. Well done. Now, coming up now, I can't believe all these jewellery makers really changed, I think, obviously for the better, over the last few months. I mean, I've been off for 9 months. Pippa was 9 months old yesterday. Little fatty, she's so beautiful. Cool, blimey. And it's Jewellery Maker really has changed over the last few months. It's really kind of just the level of product that we seem to have is just incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, and we seem to be growing in our advancement as well of what we can make jewellery wise. So making shop bought looking pieces of jewellery like that, you know. So we're actually advancing as guest designers, as you know, as viewers, as products that we can buy. We're always pushing the boundaries of what we can make, and things like, I know that Tracy had the white bronze clay, you know, which is, again, it's a step up, the silver clays, that kind of thing. We're always sort of like bringing in new techniques and new advancements in how we make jewellery.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I think because we've got the new we've got the new buying team as well, things are only going to get even better, because we're now under Immediate Media, who are absolutely, I mean, they're wonderful, aren't they? They're such fantastic people who we work with here. So we're not under the Genuine Gemstone Company umbrella anymore. We're with Immediate Media, and I tell you something, it's just absolutely brilliant. It's wonderful. So onwards and upwards, everyone. So is it this one here, the clasps? Got to get my mum a Mother's Day card today. Left it a bit late, haven't I? Day before. Oh, it's really bad though, isn't it?
You don't see her on Monday, you might get one cheap.
No, I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Oh, can't do that then.
What are you doing for Mother's Day? Anything nice?
No, I think we've got to go take Marcus to rugby. And then I think probably probably go to Stratford, have a little walk, feed the ducks.
You know, I live in Stratford, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I might see you shopping.
Might see ya. We're going out for lunch tomorrow afternoon. There's a whole load of us. Come and join us.
Not with my three little monster children.
Hey, there's going to be kids everywhere. Right, clasps. Clasps. I am going to say more than clasps, Ollie, all right? Well done, Carol. Well done. Good words. Cheers. Thanks. clasps. Right, okay, so you're going to be getting these gorgeous hook and eye clasps. Really, really nice and simple to use. Really beautiful and substantial as well. These are all silver, yellow gold and rose gold plated copper. Yes, they're all silver, yellow gold and rose gold plated copper. The great thing about these is at the end of either one of these clasps, you're going to be getting a little carrier. Now this enables you to do things like to secure with cement glue thread or cord as well. So if you're into kumihimo or if you're into macrame or Viking knit, absolutely fantastic. I'm just trying to envisage, Claire, how you... sorry, you're not called Claire. I'm just trying to envisage, Fleur, how you would use these with something like chainmail, because of course chainmail you're using jump rings. Mm-hmm. Would you be able to use a clasp like this with chainmail? I don't know how you would. I'm just trying to think of these in other ways other than clasps, really.
You could, I mean, something like an inverted round mail where you can pop a leather cord through the middle and then you can put the leather cord into that and then just attach it onto your chainmail. We don't really do that many chainmail weaves that are that small in diameter that would fit into that, but definitely with your Viking knit, with your leather cords, because we've got some 2mm leather cords and 1.5mm cords on the website. Yeah. So your leather cords would go in there absolutely beautifully. All your, you know, your thin azari cords, so because you can squash it down because it's fabric, you squash it in and pop it there. And the fabric strips that we do as well, you could twist that up and pop that into the cords. So yeah, you could incorporate your chainmail as a pendant or as a centre focal point, and then have this as the clasp at the end with whatever threading material you're using. Yeah. But I think these are just so elegant. I think they finish a piece of jewellery. Like the ring that we've just done looks like a finished piece of jewellery. Doesn't it just? This looks like a real beautiful piece of finished jewellery.
I think it's important to note, and Fleur is totally right with what she's saying, the finishing touches with a piece of jewellery are often as important as the jewellery itself. Often when I go into a shop, if I'm going to be spending a considered amount of money, so if it's on something, the kind of things that I do like to spend a little bit more money on is something like a winter coat. So I'll have a winter coat and I won't keep it for a year. I'll keep it for kind of 5-6 years or whatever. And I'll look at the lining and I'll look at the stitching and I'll look at, you know, has it been finished off nicely? Are the darts there in the right place? How is the belt there? How does the belt look? How are the buttons attached onto the coat? I'll look at the finishing touches, and that's the first thing that I do, because you can tell a lot about an item of clothing or anything to the finishing, due to the finishing touches. If you look at a car, like a really beautiful Aston Martin or something, they're all finished off by hand. A lot of the seats are hand stitched. It's all to do with the finishing touches, because arguably if something is hand finished and finished with care and proficiency, it's going to stand the test of time, and it's going to be of a fantastic quality. The same goes for your jewellery. And Mark Smith, who's still who's one of our guest designers who still does craft fairs, says that quite often people, when they come to his stall to look at his pieces of jewellery, the first thing they'll do is turn that necklace round to see how it's been finished off, to see how the clasp looks, to see what kind of a clasp has been added to it or to a bracelet. So it really is very important that you finish off your pieces of jewellery with the same enthusiasm and care that's been taken over making these the main focal pieces. £10.85 should be a price point today. That is for 369 clasps, so 3 rose gold plated copper, 3 yellow gold plated copper, 3 silver plated copper. We're going to take it all the way down. £10.85 is not your price today. How about under £6? Yeah, £5.95. Now, first off, I don't know anywhere that can offer you 3 clasps. So just these rose gold plated copper ones, 3 clasps for under £6, let alone 3 more clasps in yellow gold plated copper and 3 more in silver plated copper. I don't know anywhere that can offer you 3, let alone 9 precious metal plated copper clasps for under £6. That is quite simply amazing, and it can make such a huge difference to your jewellery, Fleur, can't it?
It does. And the best thing about all of our findings is because we make them all the golds, all the silvers and all the rose golds are exactly the same as the metal seed beads. Yes. There's no difference in colour, and that again can detract from the finished piece of jewellery. If you've got a silver, because not all silvers are the same. So you might have a silver necklace or a silver beaded necklace, and then the clasps are slightly darker silver or lighter silver or slightly different colour. It just makes it look mismatched and not professionally
Absolutely,
finished. Whereas these will match all of our other findings. So if you did want to use some of our chains or something like that, they are exactly the same golds and rose golds and silvers that are there. So it makes it look just that little bit more finesse to that piece. But you don't have to use them just as clasps.
No,
the one with the loop on, that would look lovely as a lariat style necklace. So make a loop and then just pop that through with chain all coming out. So you could put about 5 or 6 strands of chain through into that, glue it in, either your E6000 or your hypo cement, glue it in, let it set for a couple of hours and you're good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Fleur is totally right. With little findings like this, you know, think of this as the top of a pendant with tassels coming out of it. Think of it as the top of a pair of earrings. And then, of course, hook-wise, you can use this for so many different things other than jewellery making. You know, think of it in the crafting world. Think about how you could utilise this, maybe to make something which is reversible or interchangeable. I've got so many people coming through for this deal. Well done. And I think it's because, of course, you can see the potential with these. You know that they're precious metal, but also, let's get back to the fact that I can't think of anywhere on earth that can bring you this level of quality, these kind of clasps, precious metal quality. And as Fleur says, it's going to be the same purity of gold, rose gold and silver that we use in all of our other findings, because of course we make our own findings. And so they're going to be the same colour, the same purity, the same tone and the same quality as well. All for less than £6. Well done. You've still got that 30-day money-back guarantee. You've still got just that £2.95 P&P per order. Just another fantastic deal. Well done, everyone. Brilliant. Please don't go anywhere. Star by coming up next. We haven't even seen it yet. It's brand new. Don't go anywhere. Oh my word, oh my goodness me, oh my word, oh my word, oh my word, oh! Gee whiz, Fleur! Oh my goodness me, oh my word. Oh my goodness. What do you think this is? I know what it looks like. Is it me or does that look like... Oh, it's all right, don't worry about it. Is it me or does this look like black diamonds? Oh my goodness me. Oh! Gee whiz. Like the flashes of the paparazzi cameras that wait outside my house. Carol, tell us what's on JewelleryMaker later. Carol. And I'm there with my hair like this in my dressing gown, putting the bins out. Oh. No. In my dreams. Like, there she is! Get out! Oh my words. Fleur, I'd like your 2 best words to describe this awesomeness that's in front of us right now.
Exquisite.
Oh, yes. That's 1 word, Fleur.
That's not my second word.
Good word. Ollie said flashy. That just sounds wrong. Surprise!
Elegant.
Oh, yes. I think... can I have 3 words? Oh. Modern day classic. I am in love. Do you know what? I don't even care what price point this is. I don't even care. I just want it. We've only got 100. Oh no. We've only got 100. As you can see from this clasp, okay, it is full, jam-packed with black spinel. Here's a little opening for the clasp. I'll show you how it connects in just a couple of seconds. It's set into 925 sterling silver. The back is just beautiful, that gorgeous kind of lattice design. Just stunning, isn't it? All 925 sterling silver. This is your clasp here. So you've got your ring there, which of course your part of your necklace or bracelet or whatever it is attaches onto. The other part is here. You simply push this part of the clasp closed and push it into the clasp. It is so simple and easy to use. A really traditional, very classic clasp here. Absolutely glorious quality. Oh my goodness me. Absolutely stunning. Like I say, it is 925 sterling silver quality as well. I've got loads of people already through on the web and the phone lines for this. I think a lot of people out there today aren't really going to care how much this is. Like me, you just want this, don't you? You just want to add it to your order. You just want to get it. I would give so much to wear that just as a pendant, wouldn't you, Claire? Why do I keep calling you Claire?
She's my evil twin sister.
Your busy mate. Honestly, I'd hate to do a double header with them.
Next Saturday.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're doing a double header with Claire? Oh my God. Thank goodness I'm not actually in that day. That would just be pandemonium, wouldn't it? Pendant.
Pendant, front of a pearl necklace. So
oh, yeah!
So have it as the feature of a beautiful silk knotted pearl necklace. Pure white pearls. Very classic. Very beautiful.
Yes.
Or a chainmail bracelet, because you've got those loops there. You can chainmail either side of it. So it definitely I would only ever use sterling silver with it because it warrants it.
Yeah.
But you're talking a very expensive piece of jewellery when it's finished, because that is a showstopper.
I can imagine guest designer Jan getting some of these as well to finish off her pearl necklaces and bracelets. Absolutely gorgeous quality. Now, price point wise for this, like I said, I don't really care how much this is today. I just want this. It could be £100 and I'd still come in and get it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. The quality, £24.95. That's amazing. Oh my word! Oh my goodness me! Right, the web, the phone lines have gone absolutely nuts. This is incredible quality you're going to be getting here. Absolutely amazing. This is set with jet black spinel. It really is incredible. The absolute epitome of quality. The epitome of glamour and sophistication. And as Fleur says, around the front of a neckline piece, because I wouldn't want to hide this around the back. I really wouldn't want to. I'd want to have this up front, and I want to be able to just, oh my goodness, I want to be able to show it off as often as possible. I've got people from all over the country getting involved, from Aberdeenshire, from Gloucestershire, from Hertfordshire, from London, from Wiltshire, Hampshire, Kent, Middlesex, Fife, Carmarthenshire, Bristol, oh my goodness me, County Kerry, Surrey, Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire, Bristol. I've got people from every corner of the country coming through to get this. Well done. What an amazing opportunity. Oh my word. Now, why not, when you do come through to get this, why don't you consider possibly making a set of jewellery using this? So maybe an earring, pendant, and maybe even a ring set with this as well. You could easily make a ring using this, of course, using the loops to feed wire through to make this into a beautiful ring. There are so many ways in which you can use something like this. It looks like black diamonds, doesn't it? It really does. If you're familiar with Gemporia, they used to have a collection of diamonds called the Manhattan Diamond Collection, which is all about coloured diamonds. This is absolutely, this could be from that collection. Of course, it is black spinel, which enables us to be able to bring this to you for $24.95. Not only that, but black spinel, I have to say. I mean, if these were black diamonds, these would be some of the most, these would be some of the best black diamonds I'd ever seen, because that luster, that scintillation is just incredible. Anne, Pauline, Christine, Barbara, Angela, Sylvia, Nicolette, Rita, Pauline, Monica. There's so many people. Well done. 2s, 3s coming through to get these. I've got loads of you with these in baskets, almost 20 of you with these in baskets. I've only got 54 chances remaining in the building. Fleur, I don't think you're going to be successful for this, unfortunately.
I'd love to do you know our small rice pearls? I'd love to do a triple stranded pearl bracelet with that on as the clasp.
Oh, wouldn't that just be
because
amazing?
You'd definitely get 3 strands of your silk with French wire through the loops. If you couldn't, then you just put a small jump ring on there and then add the French wire with the pearls onto the jump ring.
Onto the jump ring.
And then that's all you'd need. And you probably do a 3-stranded bracelet with 2 strands of pearls and still have lots left over for your earrings and that. Because you'd probably get 2 bracelets from 1 strand of pearl, so you just need a second strand. But I think they're about 4mm long, the little rice pearls.
Okay.
That would look absolutely beautiful because they could twist it all together.
That's actually a really good way of handling an objective, i.e., you know, what do I do if all the threads, all the strands won't go through this particular little loop? And just simply add a jump ring, which is going to obviously increase the surface area and increase the hole that you can put the strands through, and it'll be much, much easier to set. But I agree, something like a triple stranded rice pearl bracelet, something like that, something which is just gonna give this beautiful clasp the stage it deserves. You don't need me to tell you, this is unbelievably popular. I just want to draw your attention as well to the 95 stamp just in the centre there. Can you see that? It's a beautiful little 95 stamp. It won't be hallmarked because there's less than 7 grams of sterling silver in this, but it has got that 95 stamp on it, which is absolutely beautiful. Claw set, individually claw set spinel as well. That has taken somebody hours and hours and hours to do collectively across the 95 that we had in stock. So many people still on the phone lines for these. Please do be patient. We know that you're waiting. We are very, very, very busy this morning. Well done. And I've still got about 20 of you with this in baskets. Please check your baskets out. Well done, every single one of you. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. Brilliant. Okay. That's gorgeous. Coming up in about 10 minutes' time, genuine, natural turquoise. Oh my goodness me. I can't wait to bring you this strand. It's coming up in about 10 minutes' time. Whoopee! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Yes! I've got banded blue agates here. You are. Show off what? I've got banded blue agate here. It's that showing off, sorry. It's not a funny joke, Ollie. It's not funny. Ollie's trying to make jokes today. I tell you what, the people I have to work with here, it's a wonder that I still get up in the morning to come to work. It's a wonder. Do you know what Ollie's just said in my ear? Are you serious, Carol? We have to work with you. Fine. If that's the way you feel, I won't bother coming into work then. You know, what do you mean you don't need me?
Please don't upset her because then I'll be here by myself. We love you, Carol.
It's just upsetting. Cut me to the core. Okay, banded blue agate, 3 strands here. You're going to be getting 6mm, 8mm and 10mm. 6mm faceted rounds, 8mm plain rounds and 10mm faceted rounds. Absolutely gorgeous. Love, love, love all the colours going through here. I have a feeling Scott's going to do something pretty ridiculous with this. He's nodding. He's saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. Scott Stone, find him on Facebook. How low are we going to go? How low do I want to go? Don't ask me that. £14.85p. £14.85, that's not your price. 3 strands of banded genuine gemstones here, faceted and highly polished qualities, and unfaceted and highly polished qualities. Go on, Scotty, do it! Yeah! Pew, pew, pew. £7.95, a clearance price for your 3 strands of banded agate. Now, Fleur, You love your stretchy bracelets, don't you?
I do.
These kind of strands make perfect little stretchy bracelets, don't they?
They do. They scream holiday, don't they?
Don't
You could
they?
just pop those on for your holiday, and you'd wear them all the time. 'Cause blue goes with lots and lots of lovely colours anyway. It does. I like clashing colours personally, so I'd have like orange and blues and that kind of things. I go for more clashing than tonals. Colours, but I think stretchy bracelets and macrame bracelets for these.
Perfect.
So Mark
yes.
Smith would love like his triple stranded macrame ones that he does. You know, the triple bracelet, triple road, absolutely wonderful. And because you've got 3 different sizes, perfect beginner's bundle. Because you learn with the different sizes, so you can do beady beads.
Yeah.
You know, you could do a beady bead, and then I'd put it on a beaded necklace, so it's all the same gemstone, all the same colours.
Yeah, you've got your graduated qualities here, absolutely 100%, and it really does scream about your holidays, 100%. And as we were saying, I think it was the last show we had together, Fleur, when you wear something as simple as stretchy bracelets, just popping them on, it makes it look like you've made loads of effort, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like you've actually thought about your outfit. And
you might not have done. I very rarely do. But if you put on a stretchy bracelet, it makes it look like you've made a bit of an effort. Loads of people coming through. Loads of you saying yes. Nancy in Bristol's come through to get 2 loads of these. So's Kathleen. So's Deborah. So's Collector in Greater London. So's Kathleen in Buckinghamshire. So's Margaret in Lanarkshire. Loads and loads and loads of people coming through to get this. Now, please, please, please don't forget, we're about 15 minutes away from Fleur's second kit. Oh, my word. This kit, which we've got coming up in about 15 minutes, is so fantastic. It's actually split into about 4 different parts. It is utterly ridiculous. And of course, Fleur is going to be imparting her incredible level of expertise this morning and showing us the dragon scale weave. Arguably the most requested chainmail weave that we've ever had. That's going to be coming up in about 15 minutes time. We're all really, really excited. Also, don't forget, coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, we also have amazing strand of genuine Burmese sapphire coming up. That is going to be absolutely superb. That's going to be coming up in the 11 o'clock hour as well. Coming up in a few minutes as well, we've also got natural turquoise as well, which I can't wait to bring you. Also one of the best strands of blue topaz I've ever seen, plus concave faceted amethyst, which is absolutely glorious. We've got loads and loads and loads. Well done, everyone. Still got more people coming through for that. Please keep coming through for that, everyone. Well done. Oh, yes. Yeah. When were we talking about this? Was it yesterday?
Yes, I think it was.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were saying about these chains.
At the National Wedding Show at the NEC. Tell you what, it was absolutely brilliant. I had to go around with Chloe, who's head of production, and Brendan, who was filming, with a piece of jewellery that had been made up by one of our guest designers. I can't remember who it was. Very, very simple pearl necklace with sterling silver findings, and I was asking people how much they thought a necklace like that would sell for on the high street. We had people guessing from £125 up to over £300. And it was just amazing, their reactions when I told them how much they could actually make that necklace for. It was amazing. But that's coming up on our wedding kind of event, which is between the 18th and 21st of March, which is going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait for that. It's going to be a brilliant, brilliant few days. Right. White enamel brass wheat chain. Now, I was talking to Bella about this, who's our buyer. Bella is an incredible lady. She's been a buyer for a company. I can't say the name of the company, though, can I?
My best friends and a bit of accessory.
Yes. So not Barbara's accessories, but accessories. Fleur's friends accessories. Yes, very nice. I like that. Yes. And she, we were chatting the other day about the. We were chatting about the wheat chain, these gorgeous enamel wheat chains, and she was just saying how fantastic she thought they were. I was saying how fantastically popular they were as well. I really, really, really want to get some more of these because they are absolutely beautiful. What you're essentially getting is a brass chain with a wheat design on it, with this gorgeous enamel quality on the on the kind of arrow part of the chain. It's so beautiful, and as you can see, it is so unbelievably fluid as well. It just falls absolutely beautifully. Not only that, but it sits beautifully and flat on your wrist, on your décolletage. These will make wonderful earrings, wonderful necklaces, bracelets. You can add on to these as well, which is wonderful. You're getting 1 metre of this in total. And can I give you a quick heads up? Coming up in just a couple of seconds, I've got the navy blue one as well, which just looks absolutely amazing with that as well. £15.95. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, Fleur, I know you're a huge, huge fan of these. How would you use something like this white wheat chain?
I think that this one, I've only ever had the pink one before, and I used mine as earrings, and I had just like 1 strand of earrings, and they just looked so high end, so fashionable. They were absolutely beautiful. They're really lovely to work with, and they're very simple to work with as well, because you just literally cut one of the loops, and you've then got a loop at the top, and then the corresponding like hole at the bottom to put your jump ring through if you want to add a clasp on or any gemstones to them, and they would go perfectly with the bundle that we've just done with the blue.
Absolutely, with the blue agate, yes.
But they're not just for jewellery. They, like you say, you can pop them around your shoes. You could stitch them onto your shoes, onto your handbags. You could accessorise as well with these. They're very versatile, and they're, like I say, they look like a ready-made piece of jewellery. You don't have to do very much to them to make it into a ready-made piece of jewellery.
They feel wonderful as well. Jewellery is quite often a very tactile thing as well, and it feels wonderful in your hand. It feels gorgeous against your skin. We've got the navy blue one coming up in just a couple of seconds as well, which is amazing. So £15.95. We're going to keep the details for the white one at the bottom of the screen, just so you know. Here are the details for the blue one. Now, I have to say, I'm definitely going to be getting this one, 100%. I feel very, I quite often feel a lot more comfortable wearing silver and white gold as precious metals. I would feel very, very comfortable wearing this, though. This is absolutely perfect. For somebody who doesn't necessarily wear a lot of yellow gold. This is a very, very soft, gentle kind of tone. It is a brass chain that you're going to be getting. It's got this navy blue enamel. I've got to put that to my neckline because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing with it. It's quite Grecian, isn't it?
Very Grecian. I'm just thinking if you had like a lapis lazuli cabochon, you could do like a faux soutache with it.
Oh!
So you could stitch it around your cabochon, pop it onto your backing fabric, put some seed beads around the cabochon, and then stitch that around the outer layer.
What a lovely idea!
Because it's so mouldable.
It really is, isn't it? No, it absolutely is. Because I'm just looking at how easy it would be to kind of soutache around something. Look at it bends back on itself, as you can see. Oh, I just love this Fleur. It's so beautiful. Around the cabochon, that's going to look amazing. Yeah, me too. Isn't it gorgeous? We had one the other day. We had a turquoise one the other day, which went very, very quickly as well. And we had a pink one, which was really, really popular as well, and a red one, like a corally coloured one. This with the white, I mean, let's have a look at them together. Together, they really do look wonderful. They really do. I wonder if there's a way of kind of almost stitching them together to make a big kind of cuff of them, because that...
Yeah, they would be.
I like the look of that.
Yeah. Well, you could do, if you had some of the gold seed beads, you could stitch them up in between. So you could, because where they attach one link into the next, there's enough room in that hole where it goes into to get wires through as well to stitch it all together.
Ah, yeah.
So yeah, you definitely could. You could almost chevron it across and make it like emulate the pattern in the chain.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous quality. Absolutely beautiful. So £15.95. 0800 644 655 or get involved on our website, jewellerymaker.com. Please don't forget as well your 30-day money-back guarantee, plus it's only £2.95 and P per order. Well done. There's Gilly, there's Sydney, there's Fatima, Brian, Gwyneth, Diane. Oh, just people's names are populating my screen so quickly. Well done, everyone. This, I have to say, I think I agree with Fleur. This is my favourite one, the navy blue one. It's absolutely beautiful. It's that gorgeous, gorgeous combination of soft, gentle, kind of brassy golds with your gorgeous navy blues. Beautiful. Well done, everyone. Woohoo! I really want those. Did you see the other day we had the gold coloured, almost like a watch strap? Did you see that?
No.
It's beautiful with like a little buckle on it.
Oh, I've seen them before.
Desperately want that.
Yeah, you could pop that over the top. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my word. I just want everything. Star buy. Don't go anywhere. Genuine, natural turquoise. Oh my word. Now I've had to physically restrain Fleur. Before the show today, she caught sight of this strand. You're not to jump over the barriers, Fleur.
I know, the child gate is securely locked.
Child gate. Have you noticed that child gates are quite often adult gates as well? Because not many adults can actually open them. Terrible. We've got one of those self-closing ones and it always catches me on the way out. I hate it. Right. This... Ollie hates his stair gate. Is it a stair gate for you or for Shayla? Just stair gates in general. Anyway, we put a stair gate up to prevent Fleur from leaping and vaulting over the desk to get this incredible strand. Because they're all going to go. Now, have you got the details for this one, Scotty? The most epic, genuine gemstone strand. I've got in front of you here 55 carats of genuine, natural, graduated rounds of faceted turquoise. It really is a genuine gemstone of such enormity, of such enormous, enormous magnitude. Sorry, these earrings are a bit wonky. There we go. Sorted them out. They are just beautiful with the rose gold. They look absolutely gorgeous, don't they? Look at the stunning, stunning neckline piece here as well. Now, each and every one of these gemstones is 100% natural. 100% the real deal. Each one's got such a huge character going all the way through it. Beautiful, isn't it? Sorry about that. We're just checking a couple of details on the strand that we've got in front of you here. I just wanted to check a couple of details. I wanted to check the location of this gemstone, because this looks very, very, very much like the Sleeping Beauty variety of turquoise. It looks very, very much like it, and I just wanted to double check if it was Sleeping Beauty turquoise. I can't guarantee that. It is definitely American turquoise though. The way this incredible genuine gemstone forms is it forms in areas which tend to be very, very arid. So places like the Navajo Desert in America, where rainfall doesn't happen a huge amount. When it does happen, it happens to be, it's normally very, very heavy rainfall and very, very short kind of squally storms. And what happens is the water hits the rock, it then seeps through the rock, and then the sediments and minerals which are left in the rock deposits, which tend to be iron and copper qualities, colour that rock. That essentially is how turquoise forms. It is an incredibly rare quality you're going to be getting here. We can bring you dyed varieties of turquoise. We can bring you genuine gemstones like magnesite and howlite, which are dyed to make them look like turquoise as well. The reason why there are so many impersonators that try and make themselves look like turquoise is because natural turquoise is so difficult to get hold of. Not only that, it can be an incredibly considered purchase as well. One of the only gemstones that I can think of other than diamonds where entire jewellery stores and shops will quite often specialise in a single gemstone. I'm thinking diamonds, I'm thinking amber. The only other gemstone I can think of that you will find jewellers that, specifically specialise in one gemstone is turquoise. The quality you have here is just amazing, and it has such a loyal following. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people only wear turquoise. It has such a huge, huge dedicated following. The quality you're going to be getting here is arguably some of the finest in the world. Even gem buyers in places like China and the Far East, where turquoise is an enormous genuine gemstone, you can actually get turquoise in places like China. A lot of them will prefer to invest and buy the turquoise that's all the way from the United States. It tends to have this kind of colour background, the matrix running through, which of course are the mineral additions, and all of that gorgeous sedimentary quality, and tends to be of a different colour. It tends to have less of that matrix collection running through and more of that incredible intense turquoise quality. Now, price point wise for this is absolutely astonishing. These are faceted rounds. Originally, when we got this strand in the building a couple of days ago, because it arrived in the building earlier on this week, originally, when this gemstone strand arrived in the building, we all had a look at it, including Colin, who is our new MD, had a look at it. He knows his gemstones as well, inside and out. Hannah Oxbury, who's our resident gemologist, had a look at the gemstone as well. And everyone was trying to decide on a price point, you know, the very, very lowest price point we could do. Initially, we thought £89 was going to be the very, very, very lowest price point we could do. Then we decided on £69.95. I mean, that really is superb. Scott Stone, find him on Facebook, has now taken it upon himself to do this to the price points. Oh my word. We have 40 strands available. That is it. And Scott is saying that really is rock bottom. That is as low as we can do. Why have you taken it this low, Scott? He says, quite simply, Carol, it's Saturday morning and it's as good a chance as any of this strand selling out because, of course, it's our busiest time of the week. So let's just take it down to the lowest possible price. Let's cut out all the middlemen. Let's just do it. Stuff it, he said. Stuff it. He says, rules are made to be broken. He's a rebel. Rebel without a cause. John and Janet, love this so much. They've come through to get two. So's Doreen in Staffordshire. Loads of you coming through on the phone lines. Adding this to your baskets. Please, please, please do add this to your baskets. Add it to your order. Well done. $64.95. I've got 30 chances remaining. Fleur.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
I'd use that with a beautiful box clasp.
Oh.
Do a black spinel and turquoise bracelet.
Box clasp is at the bottom of your screen. Of course, with that stunning black spinel. It really is gorgeous. I love the thought of using it with this amazing rose gold quality. It just, sorry, that awful coffee cup. I'm so sorry. It really fits with turquoise, doesn't it? This combination is just so wonderful.
It's really warming, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it?
It's just a really luxurious, rich colours together. But I've got a turquoise and smoky quartz bracelet, and I like smoky quartz with turquoise as well, because it's those kind of colour. A lot of people have that in their home decor, don't they?
Interior design, yes,
those two colours go really well together. But it'll hold its own against really strongly coloured gemstones as well, or it will go with every precious metal colour, because I've got my big chainmail necklace with sterling silver.
Perfect.
So it goes beautifully with sterling silver. It goes with yellow gold, gorgeous, rose gold.
And do you know what, Fleur? This kind of colour combination, this kind of turquoise and rose gold is the kind of colour combination that anyone can get away with wearing. Yeah. Whether you've got very fair skin or whether you've got beautiful olive skin or dark skin, it really will go with absolutely any skin tone. These are going to sell out on today's show. Scott, I think, was absolutely right to do that price point today, because there are so many happy people on the web and on the phone lines and people texting through thanking Scott, which is absolutely wonderful. Well done. 15 opportunities remaining. Now, please, 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 for the love of gemstones, for the love of chainmail, do not go anywhere. You are about to see arguably the finest kit Fleur has ever worked with. Also, you're about to see her demo, probably the most requested chainmail weave of all time. We're going to be with Fleur for the entire hour. It's going to be absolutely amazing. This kit is coming up in just a few moments. Please do not go anywhere. It's going to be amazing.
Get interactive with JewelleryMaker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people. There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from JewelleryMaker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and FreeSat and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with JewelleryMaker. Did you know when you book on a JewelleryMaker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our JewelleryMaker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
I think jewellery is exceptionally important in the fashion industry. If you think about it, where would we be with our little black dress? How can we dress it up? Jewellery is the most important thing for me.
There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with JewelleryMaker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with JewelleryMaker.
Do you want to tell everyone about the great purchase you've made from JewelleryMaker? Do you want to shout about the great service you've received? Then why not download the JewelleryMaker's Viewer's Voice app, available for iPhone or Android, and record a video that could be played on JewelleryMaker. Simply search JewelleryMaker Viewer's Voice in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and download our Viewer's Voice app straight to your phone or tablet. You can record as many videos as you like and send them straight to us here at JewelleryMaker. All you have to do is then carry on watching us as usual and wait for your video to be played. Download the JM Viewer's Voice app and you could be the next face we see here on JewelleryMaker.
She's busy.
Just doing me, Carol Gordon, a bit.
Oh, yeah, I like your book. That's a nice book.
Yeah, she's my heroine. I know she shouldn't be.
The Maleficent. Maleficent. I haven't seen that. Is it good?
Oh, it's amazing.
Is it?
Yeah.
With Angelina.
Hattie would love that in a couple of
Isn't
years'
it a bit
time.
scary?
No, it's a fairy tale, but she looks a bit scary to start with. But no, she's not scary. She's fine.
Right. I'm not going to lie to you, this kit is absolutely gigantic. But then again, this is absolutely superb. I mean, am I right, Fleur, in saying you didn't just throw this together before the show?
No.
How long did this take you to make?
It took about a day and a half.
Wow.
It took about a day. There's certain little elements you have to take into consideration when you're making these big statement pieces like this. And I've sort of learnt as I've gone along of how... I started with the one on the wedding show last year with a big bolero necklace that I did. And I sort of learnt by my mistakes on how to create big statement pieces. And we'll go through a few little hints that, you know, and tips that you can do to actually save yourself a lot of hassle like I went through.
This is just incredible. I'm just going to turn this around as well because, of course, it is a body chain that Fleur's made. It is just epic. It's so heavy, isn't it? It's just glorious, isn't it? Look at this at the back. It's beautiful. Oh, my word. I mean, it's just epic.
And it feels so nice when it's worn as well.
I bet it does. I bet it just sits absolutely beautifully. Have you tried it on?
Claire has modelled it and it's on the Facebook page. Her picture of her wearing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's on. We put it on the JewelleryMaker Facebook page yesterday.
Oh, fantastic!
It's her claim to fame. She's ever so proud of it.
I just love it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Oh my word! Right, okay. This kit is coming to you in. Is it 4 different? Okay, so which is the first one? So Fleur, we're starting off with the Moroccan medley. Which one is this?
This one is Moroccan.
And what's the difference between them all?
So we've got Moroccan, we've got Damask, and then we've got Greek. So they've got slightly different patterns within the jump rings.
You're right. These kind of pattern jump rings are just so... They are absolutely beautiful. Let me show you just a couple of examples of each one of these. Okay, so these are your Moroccan ones here, which have got a really... quite a fibrous quality going through them, haven't they? They're absolutely stunning. You've then got, yeah, these are open jump rings that you're going to be getting here. So you've got your Moroccan quality here. Can you see that texture going all the way through? They're beautiful, aren't they? You're then going to be getting your, this next one's a damask one, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me pick those up. Slightly thicker wire.
So I think what you get is you get 6 different sizes within each collection.
Okay.
So with the Moroccan collection, you get 6 different sizes and different metals.
So a bit of a finer detail going through this one. Again, 6 different sizes in your damask, which is going to be the next kind of kit, as it were. And then this is your Greek, which is this beautiful, almost rope-like twisted design. We've had ones a little bit like this before. Absolutely incredible. Now, we've got the Moroccan one first. So 6 different sizes. Already 50 of these have been allocated, just so you're aware. Okay, so in your pack, Fleur, you're getting different sizes. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, let's start off with these smaller ones.
So I don't know, you get 2 different wire gauges within each pack. You've got a 2mm and a 1.5mm gauge wire.
Yeah.
I don't know all the outer diameters of all of them, because I can't remember them all. I think one of them is definitely a 16.5, which is the second to largest section there. Yeah, I was going to say, we can, if I see them, then I'll know which ones they all are.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay, so we start with the largest ones. We've got the 16.5 in the 2mm wire, which is that one.
Okay, so that's with your 2mm gauge wire right here. Yep. So 16.5 outer diameter. 16.5 outer diameter with your 2mm gauge wire. Same outer diameter, but with your
a thinner wire.
With your thinner wire, and I'll hold one next to it just so you can see the thinner wire and thicker wires together, okay? So you can see the 2 different gauges of wire there, okay? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So you're going to be getting 50 in each of those. Okay, then you're going to be getting...
your 12mm in the 2mm gauge wire.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Absolutely glorious. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Okay.
And then the same again, the same outer diameter, but in a 1.5 wire.
Yep.
With exactly the same pattern on there as well.
Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning design. Gorgeous patterning on there. Okay. And again, these are all open jump rings, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're all saw cut as well, so they're all precision cut specifically just for chainmail.
So 50 of each one of those, thank you. And then you're going to be getting
your 9mm outer diameter on the 2 different wire gauges as well.
So there's your 2mm and your 1.5mm. Okay, perfect. Okay, so a total of 100, 200, 300 jump rings, okay? 300 jump rings in total. Now, these are all 100% brand new. We're going to bring the price on screen in just, well, this is a price point that it should be, £38.70, okay? We're going to be taking that, oh my goodness me, I can't believe how many people we've got coming through for these already. We're going to take the price down, okay? Enjoy this, get involved when you can. I've got so many people adding this to their order already. Once we see the incredible price point that these are going to be, which incidentally is just £21.95, Fleur, whereabouts are these in this body chain?
Okay, so with the dragon scale, the front section, you can see I've done it in 2 different types of the jump ring. So you can see exactly what 50 of the 2mm 16.5 and 50 of the, let me just check the size on the other ones, 12mm 1.5.
Yeah.
So that is 50 of each in half of that section. So you can see where the changes of the different textures in the metal.
It's there.
Yeah. So that's the 50 of each one of those size.
Yeah.
And then on the top part of the necklace, which is the half Persian 3-in-1, which is what we did in the first demonstration.
Yeah, gorgeous.
I've used the 2mm thick 12.5 jump rings, and each different section on that is 10 jump rings for each section. So if you count out 5 sections, that's 50.
Yeah.
So you can see how the different.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So I've done 5 of one, and then 5 of the next, and 5 of the next, just so you can see how many you would make with 50.
Yeah. That is quite amazing. It really, really is. And you've used them on the back as well?
On the back, yes. So they're the thickest gauge. So the ones that are 9mm on a 2mm wire, we can't do chainmail with those because the aspect ratio and the inner diameter is slightly too small to do chainmail with. But what they do look beautiful as are just connecting one into one to make these beautiful chains that you can then add in to any design that you're using. So that's the 2mm that are there.
So just to clarify, the 2mm gauge wires in the smallest size jump rings, you can't really do chainmail with them because the inside aspect ratio is that little bit too small. However, this is how you can use them. Fleur's handled that beautifully, and this is how you can use them just to connect, just one-on-one, as it were.
But you do need that size as well to be able to connect your clasps to it as well. Because this is a heavy piece, I needed those heavier gauge, smaller jump rings to hold the weight of it all together.
Yeah.
That's why they were imperative to this design.
Now, Fleur, you don't need me to tell you, we've got, hundreds and hundreds of people coming through to get this, which is unsurprising. People have been waiting a long time for these kind of jump rings, but they've been waiting even longer for this technique right here, the dragon scale technique. Now, are you going to do this one now, or are you going to do this one?
I can start now, but I just want to go through a little bit of...
Oh, yes, aspect ratio, of course.
Because these are, when they come, excuse that I've written DS on there, that's for dragon scale, so I knew which packet was going to do what. So when they actually come in these packets, it actually says on the front the wire diameter and the outer diameter, so you can work out quite easily the aspect ratios and the inner diameters of these jump rings. Now, dragon scale, the reason why we've never done it before is because we've never had the correct size jump rings to be able to do dragon scale, because it's not a difficult weave. What is difficult about it is getting the jump rings to work together. So when you work with 2 different sizes of jump rings, it's very difficult to marry them up so that they sit flat and still stay fluid. So it's a little bit like, working with different size gemstones. They can't go rigid. It has to still keep that fluidity. The jump rings that I've used in here, because they're larger jump rings, we can get away with doing the dragon scale a lot easier because they're more forgiving in the aspect ratios that they're using. So what I've done here is I've just going to go through a little bit. This is my
I love it.
The blue pewter board. Excuse my handwriting, I am not the neatest handwriter.
That's lovely.
So if we
fine.
take the aspect ratio of the 16.5 jump rings that are made on the 2mm wire.
Okay, let me see if I can pick one of those up.
So when you get these jump rings home, you'll see that they're slightly thicker wire, they're 2mm. They're still very, very easy to open and close. Don't get put off because you could actually open them with your fingers as well. They're not that hard. So to work out the inner diameter, you need to take the outer diameter and take away 2 lots of the wire diameter because you've got 2 lots of wire, one on either side. So if you take 16.5 and remove the 4 from that, you get 12.5. Now to work out the aspect ratio of any jump ring, you need the inner diameter and the wire gauge. And all you need to do is divide the inner diameter by the wire gauge. So it's a simple, you do need a calculator.
Oh yes, goodness me, an
didn't do
abacus.
this. Yes. So the aspect ratio of these jump rings are 6.25, which in relation to jump rings is the same as an 8mm jump ring made on 1mm
Made on
wire.
1mm wire. Okay.
So you can get the same aspect ratio but with completely different jump rings. These jump rings here have got an aspect ratio of only 2.3. So that's even smaller than our 5mm. Sorry, Ollie, I'm not holding it very well.
That's all right.
Let me get my tweezers and things.
That's fine.
So that is the same aspect ratio or smaller aspect ratio than an actual 5mm inner diameter, which are quite small. That if they're in the final kit.
Yeah, actually, they've got the same aspect ratio as
the little ones. Well, they're a smaller aspect ratio.
Well, yes, they are because you can use.
Yeah, because they're a smaller aspect ratio. So that's when we talk about aspect ratio. It looks like this one that I'm holding would be a lot more larger to use and better to use than the smaller ones.
But in actual fact,
in chainmail terms, the aspect ratio of this is slightly wrong. So I don't want to go too much into aspect ratio because it frightens a lot of people, and you don't really need it because have a go with jump rings and have a play with different sizes. It's a little bit like saying you can only do square knotted macrame with a 1mm satin cord. But we know that you can do it with wire, you can do it with S-longe, you can do it with an array of different mediums as well, of different threading materials. So don't get put off by aspect ratios. If you need me to go through it again, if you get me on Facebook, then I can go through it in a lot more detail. But just so you know, everything comes on the packet with these. So you've got your wire diameter and you've got your outer diameter. So it's absolutely perfect to have a go at trying to work out aspect ratios.
Barbara from Dorset says, wow, 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 Fleur, you've outdone yourself.
Oh, thank you, Barbara.
She really has, hasn't she? I mean, this is absolutely incredible. I need to tell you as well, with the Moroccan jump rings, we've got, how many did you say left? 20 chances remaining. That is it. Fleur, that's all I can say with my mouth wide open, says Maureen in Greater London. Absolutely fantastic, stunning. We've had loads and loads and loads of texts about your incredible design here. Wow, sorry for shouting, but that's fabulous, Fleur, says Liz. Oh, Liz, you're totally right. It really, really is, and I know that Fleur's incredibly proud of this. It does weigh. I mean, you can really sense the quality of this piece because it does weigh so much. It's absolutely glorious. So I've got less than 20 now of this incredible Moroccan collection of jump rings. What we'll do, Fleur, if it's okay with you, we'll do the Grecian ones now.
Yeah, no
the Grecian ones or the damask ones? The Grecian ones first, and then we'll get on to your demo, as it were. Is that all right, Fleur?
That's no problem.
Perfect. Okay, so here's the Grecian ones. These are stunning. I think these ones are going to be really, really popular. They're glorious, aren't they? Aren't they, Fleur?
If I had a favourite, it would be the Grecian ones because the other two are absolutely beautiful and they give more of a satin finish because of the pattern that's on the wire. This gives a real flash of, because it's got almost like diamond cut. Almost.
Isn't it just?
It really catches the light. I really love this one.
So this is the largest diameter, so the 16.5 mil diameter with your 2 mil gauge wire and then your slightly finer wire as well. You're quite right, Fleur. Out of all three of the jump ring designs, these do seem to stand out the most, don't they? They really, really do. They've got that extra edge to them. Let's see if we can see them in here. Actually, by the way, I've got over 50 of these which have already been allocated. Oh yeah, look, you can see them there.
The first half.
They're just at the top there. Can you see them there? I mean, it's so simple and easy to see them because they've got that wow factor. As you said, Fleur, I mean, it's almost like they're diamond cut. They've got that gorgeous kind of roped, braided quality to them. And that's just all to do with the way that these have been individually cut. Beautiful, beautiful quality, beautiful texture. They're absolutely amazing. We're going to have to get the price on screen really, really quite soon because these are selling out so quickly. So exactly the same as the other jump ring pack, just that different design. £38.70, that's the price point that they should be. Of course, it's not going to be that today. We're taking these all the way down. Don't forget, you've got 300 jump rings here in 2 different gauges of wire in 3 different sizes. Amazing quality. All the way down to just £21.95. The web, the phone have gone absolutely nuts over these ones. I knew these ones were going to be arguably even more popular than the last ones that we bought you. They really, really are. Now, already over 100 of these have been allocated. Fleur, we are actually in danger of all of these selling out before you've actually demoed anything. But anyway, how do you want to start off doing this?
Okay, so just give you a few hints and tips about how to create something as a large statement piece. So when you are creating something like this, it's all to do with the size that you want to create. So I would never make something like this just off the cuff. I would always make it custom to somebody. So say you turned up and said, I wanted a body chain, I would make this designed to fit yourself. So the best way that you can either do that is to get an old dark t-shirt and a dress marker's pen, okay, and mark out on that t-shirt, if it's on a person or if it's on a mannequin, mark out where you want each section to go. So mark out how long the chest panel is there, so how long that needs to be. Ideally it needs to be just above your navel so that then the drapes on the side will come down onto your waist. If it's too big, it's uncomfortable and catches. If it's too small, it doesn't look like a body chain, it looks like you've been corseted into something. And again, the sizes on the backs and the size on the front as well. So if you get that just a plain black t-shirt in the size of the person that you're wanting to make this for, because obviously there's a lot of work goes into one of these, and you could make it, you know, and have it and adjust it all when somebody buys it, but it would have to be like more of a custom fit once somebody had bought it or once somebody had said, yes, I want that. So you could make one and pop it on your stall like that, and then make it adjustable at the back, which you've got plenty of jump rings left in the kits to be able to adjust it and make it bigger or smaller. And that's why the single chains at the back are really important to pull it in and to make it fit absolutely perfectly. So if you can get one of these dressmakers dummies, they're only about £30, and they're really invaluable, because I just get dressmakers pins and pin it all on. And do sections, so I make a section up and I pin it where I want it to be, and then I know how long the necklace chain has to be, how long the body chain has to be. Perfect. And then you embellish it at the end. So don't think about your embellishments till you get right to the very end. Create all your pieces, pin it together, a little bit like you're making a dress, pin it all together, and then you can then embellish where and as you want to see.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, Fleur, because I know you're on a roll. We've got a lot of people asking what kind of metal this is. It is copper. These jump rings are copper that you're going to be getting here. Are they silver plated or silver coloured? I think they're probably silver coloured, aren't they? Oh, is it silver plated? Wow. Wow, fantastic. So, yes, silver-plated copper. Fantastic. That's even better. So, precious metal-plated copper. Right, Fleur. OK. Do you need anything from me at the minute? Do you need me to know?
I could just do with a little wipe for the board, because I need to...
Oh, I don't know if we can stretch to that. Bring out the blue roll. Oh, I don't know. Ollie's very, very protective over his whiteboard eraser.
I know.
There he is. That'll be 50p, please, Fleur.
I know.
The amount of people we've got coming through for this, I mean, it's just, I've got screens and screens and screens of people coming through to get this well done. Well over half the quantity is gone. I've barely got 30 chances left. I've got so many people with this in baskets. Congratulations to every single one of you. And if you do want to add the Moroccan one onto your order, I think I might have some left, probably less than 10 though. So congratulations to every single one of you who's come through to get that. The Moroccan one is at the bottom of the screen, just so you know.
I had all 3 kits to make this body chain, and this is what I've got left in the large jump rings.
Oh my word.
So I've still got quite a lot of jump rings left. You can see
loads
in
left.
Lots and lots of different sizes. So although this is a big statement piece, it doesn't take that many to make it. And you can sort of, I mean, mine was to fit my mannequin, so you know you've got enough room there to make it larger if you need to, or you know, take some away to make it smaller.
Perfect. Okay, let's go for it.
Right then, so dragon scale. So this is a section of dragon scale. So basically all dragon scale is 2 sets of European 4-in-1 placed on top of each other and then woven together. So the thing that people get a bit scared about dragon scale is that there is a few little things that can go wrong with it, but as long as we can sort of like troubleshoot those today, you won't get to that point. And it's all to do with the little rings sitting inside the big rings. So you need to be able to fit one jump ring inside the other with, to get a little bit technical, with an aspect ratio of about 2 bigger, so a 2.0 bigger aspect ratio. But just so you know, I'm using the 12mm 1.5 wire and the 16.5mm 2mm wire. So they're the 2 gauges that I'm using for this dragon scale. I'm going to use my coloured jump rings so you can see it easier when we start to create it. Now, when it's your first time at having a go at dragon scale, you need a pen and paper by the side of you because you're going to create a little pattern to help you, because there's 4 stages to dragon scale. So there's 4 different layers into this dragon scale. So every fourth layer, you'll go back to the beginning again. So if you create a little pattern, then if you get lost, you can look back on your pattern and see where you are.
Perfect, okay.
So it is a little bit more like dressmaking than anything else.
This is awesome.
So we're going to start, and we've got 3 large jump rings, and we're held together with 2 small jump rings. Okay. I'm now going to take, let me just move those out of the way. I'm going to take 2 closed jump rings, and the beginning of this pattern always stays the same. If you want to extend this a little bit longer and make it a bit wider, you can do. We can talk about that in a minute. But I'm just going to show you with a 3 and 2 formation to start with. So once we start this pattern off, after these first 2 layers, it then goes into the pattern. So this is the beginning. It doesn't really equate to the pattern, but it's the starting of dragon scale, okay? So again, like we said about the half Persian 3-in-1, if you keep a little bit of this, you're never going to have to do this again. Okay? So all I've done is taken 2 large jump rings and I've placed them over the top of the small jump rings, so they're sitting directly on top. I'm now going to take 3 large jump rings. So this goes in layers of 3, then 2, then 3, then 2, with the large jump rings, okay? We'll get onto the small jump rings in a minute, because they sort of upset the apple cart a little bit. They don't. It is easy. It really is. It's just methodical. As long as you stick to your pattern, it's methodical. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sandwich those 2 jump rings in place. So these 3 jump rings are now going to emulate where the first 3 jump rings go.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through that little jump ring.
So over the top of the blue?
Over the top of the blue, and just go through the jump ring. So you're always working 2 rows behind with this weave. Now when you set out this weave, these 2 small rings have to point the way that you're going to chainmail. So they have to point down if you're going to put chainmail down. Some people turn it around and chainmail away from them. I always chainmail towards me. That's personal preference, but these 2 have to face down. Okay, I'm now going to put on the second jump ring. So go through that small jump ring and sandwich that blue jump ring in between those 2. So I've now got those 2 jump rings. I've got 1 jump ring left, which is going to emulate where this one is going to go. So again, using these 2 small jump rings to anchor that in place. So I go around and through. So that's my first layer in. So on my pattern, I'm going to get my board and I'm going to have my large jump rings as dashes and my small jump rings as lines.
Okay.
So I'm going to write 3 dashes, okay? So I've now got 3 little dashes on my pattern.
Okay, yeah.
It makes it easier than trying to write it down because you want to carry on doing it quicker.
Of course you do.
So now I need 3 small jump rings now to hold the second layer in place to be able to extend it down. So those 3 jump rings are going to go in the middle of this red jump ring that are holding those 2 blue jump rings together. So we're going to take 1 jump ring and hold the blue jump rings together. Wow. Okay, so it's going to go through the middle and hold them together and just close. And you have to excuse my closures because I want to get as much done as I can.
No.
And
Fleur,
it has to
brilliant
sit.
To see this.
It has to sit underneath those 2.
And again, they're all pointing down.
They're all pointing down, so it's always
tilted.
forming down. Let me just move it up a little bit. Now the next 2 are going to go on the outer edges of those blue jump rings, but in the middle of the red ones. So to get those, I'm going to flip that one out of the way. like I say, the first couple of layers, you're like, not quite sure. Once it gets a pattern established, you can see it really easily. And as long as you remember, the small jump rings sit in between the large jump rings, and you always work on the row previous. So you can see I'm not working on the row that's on the top.
Reds, no.
I'm working on the blue row underneath. So again, I'm going to flip that one out the way.
You're such a good teacher, Fleur. This
and pop
is so
this
clear.
through. So now I've got 3, not that red one, there we go. I've now got 3 small jump rings in place. Turn that one back across, and again, that one's got to point the way it's going. And this is what I was saying, some people, they'll do dragon scale it and it goes really rigid and it won't bend, and it's because those little rings aren't sitting where they need to go. So I've now got 3 small rings in. I'll go back to my pattern, and I'm going to put in 3,
2, 3.
3 small rings, okay? So that's my next layer. Pop that down.
It's like Morse code, I love it.
It is. So now, I'm now going to emulate what I did with the blue jump rings. So now I only need 2 large jump rings for my next row. So I go to my next row, and I only need 2. I'm working on the row previous, which is the row that I've just added. So those 3 small jump rings are the second row back, because they're the second row from the red. Although I've just added them, they've actually gone into the second row behind. And I'm going to take my 2 open jump rings, and exactly where those blue jump rings are, I'm going to go through the middle. I'm not going to collect the red jump rings, I'm only collecting the small jump rings. So I've gone into the one in the middle and the one on the edge. So you're never collecting a small jump ring to a small jump ring and a large jump ring to a large jump ring. Always a small jump ring to a large jump ring, and always the row previous.
Okay.
So now my next jump ring is going to go through again through the middle and over and collect that one on the edge. So it's not going to collect that red jump ring. That's what I'm saying, it's just, there we go. And these aspect ratios are all wrong for this, although you can see the pattern evolving. Right, so there we go. So now I've got my next row in.
Wow.
So now I'm going to go back to my pattern and add 2 dashes. So I've got 1, 2. So that's my next, that's the row that I've just added in. I've added 2 dashes.
2 large ones.
Okay, and pop that back now. Now, I need to add in the same as what I added when I initially started with 3.
So your 3 large ones.
I'm now going to go into the middle of each of those 3 red ones. I'm going to put 2 small ones in. So I'm going to go into this gap here, in between that one, and into this gap here. But again, sitting underneath those 3. So those 3 sort of get pushed up the line. I'm going to put 2 new ones in. So I'm going to take my small jump ring, and I'm going to go through the middle of these green jump rings and pick up just those 2 red ones.
Reds.
Sorry, I'm sorry it's twisting around a
that's
little bit.
fine.
So that's 1 in place. And take my next jump ring and go again and collect the 2 red, but underneath that small purple one that was there before. Now, if it does go above it, it's all right. You can either manipulate it back into where it should be, or you just take it out and pop it back in.
But I think as long as you remember, a large jump ring will never attach to a large one, and a small one never to a small one. If you remember that, and you also remember that you don't work with the top row.
You always work
with the row underneath. Then actually, it's actually really quite clear what's next, as it were.
Which bit goes next. So if I just pull those down, so if you can just, let me just get that one a little bit.
Paula in Essex, this is the best explanation of dragon scale ever. Thanks, Fleur. She's an amazing teacher, isn't she? She really, really is. Thank you so much for doing this, Fleur.
I was really nervous showing this one, actually, because it is just renowned for being quite difficult to start. And I just wanted to make sure I could do it justice so that everybody knew that they felt confident to do it. So now I've put my 2 small jump rings in.
Perfect.
So now I go back to my pattern. And I need my 2 small, which were my small ones, my dashes.
Your dash,
my dashes.
Yes, those,
So I've now got dashes. my straights.
Thank you.
My vertical. So I've now got my 2 straight vertical lines in. Okay, so I'll pop that back. And I go back, and I now need 3.
Because you're going to connect
large,
these little...
Because I'm going to connect the 3. So we're actually going back now to when we very first started with the red row, okay?
Everyone's very impressed that I actually knew what I
Carol
was
knows
talking
where she's
about
going.
there.
So it's I haven't made it very clear because I've used the purple against
That's
the blue.
all right, doesn't matter.
So I'm going through just that one jump ring there, and that's now going to sandwich that side jump ring, the small jump ring, in place.
So when you connect a large jump ring to the small one, so they tend to connect two small ones?
Yes, so this row I'm going to connect two small jump rings are going to connect one large jump ring together.
Yep.
So because it's in 4 layers, it's sort of like each layer's different, but every time you then come to a 5th row, you emulate what you did on the first row.
On the first one,
so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
So, which is why I think people have always been put off by dragon scale. It's purely because this 4 rows, rather than like the half Persian that we did, there's only one sort of like 2 stages. Pop your jump ring through, pop your closed jump ring on, close, and then exactly the same. So it's a lot faster to remember that pattern, whereas this has 4 layers. So now my next middle jump ring is going to emulate where the red jump ring is behind it. And again, I'm going to go through those 2 jump rings that I've just added. So through the one and through the one opposite. And close. And then I've just got 1 jump ring left, which you can see here, this little jump ring here has not got a friend yet, so he needs another jump ring going through him. So there we go, through there, sandwich that little end jump ring in place, and close. So now I've got my next row of my pattern, so you can see it's starting to evolve. Now all these jump rings have to sit inside, so all these small jump rings have to sit inside the row next to it, or the row in front of it. They have to sit inside those large jump rings. So I go back to my pattern and I add my 3 large.
As you're adding your dashes onto the whiteboard there, Fleur, can I just very quickly show everybody the damask design jump rings? Pretty much all of these jump rings have sold out, by the way. I mean, do speak to the call centre or live help. We may be able to add them onto your order, but to my knowledge, there's hardly any of them left. I've got the final lot of them here. The damask silver-plated open jump ring collection here, with your 2mm wire, with your 1.5mm gauge wire. These are the largest ones here, the 16.5mm open ones. You're then going to be getting the 50 in these, 50 in these. You're then going to be getting exactly the same, but this time in 12mm jump ring. So again, with your 2 and your 1.5mm gauge silver-plated copper wire. And then of course you're going to be getting your smallest ones, which again aren't suitable for chainmail, but are great if you just want to link them together, and they make lovely, just beautiful little jump rings, which are your 9mm outside diameter jump rings, so 50 of those and 50 of those. Okay, right, price point for these, again, amazing. Should be £38.70. Of course, we're going to take these all the way down. Add them to your order, because all of these have been just going and selling out, which is absolutely wonderful. They've got a beautiful little pattern on them. Here's your price point today, just £21.95. Absolutely amazing. I've already got loads of you there. Please, please do add them onto your order so you can make something that looks like this.
Just so you know, those the 1.59mm, you can do chainmail with those. It's only the 2mm.
Beg your pardon.
So it's only that one, that 50 there, but again, they make amazing, like, connectors.
Yes,
they make absolutely beautiful connectors.
Sorry, I wasn't very clear there. So the smallest jump rings here with the 2mm gauge wire, the only ones that you can't do the chainmail with. You will be able to do them with the slightly with the slightly thinner gauge wires, because of course they got that larger inside aspect ratio. Fantastic. Right, okay, Fleur.
Okay, so we go back to my pattern now. So I now need,
2, 3, 4, 5.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's my 4 layers. I've put in my first layer of my number 4 of my next. So
you're starting again, as it were.
Yeah. So if I look at my pattern and see what I need to do next, I can see that I need 3 small jump rings.
That's why you do a pattern.
So while you're getting used to it, you can see that that's all you need. And if you keep doing the pattern, like when you're sewing and knitting and things like that and crocheting, if you keep to your pattern the first couple of times you do dragon scale, it will stick in your brain, because you'll know exactly where it goes. And once you get used to seeing the pattern evolving in front of you, you won't need your pattern at all.
Do you know what, Fleur? The amount of people who I know for a fact will be sitting in front of their televisions right now, taking a picture of both this and both this and of course this pattern here, because that is going to make it so clear.
Yeah, it will.
That really is. That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
So from now, my 3 small ones, even if I didn't really have a clue where they were going, because I know I've got to use 3 small ones, I can now guess from my second row back, which are the green jump rings, I've got to put 1 in the middle there.
Yeah.
and I've got to put one
either side.
So that's where I flip the outside ring out of the way.
This is so clear.
So hopefully it's starting to make sense.
But before the show today, Fleur, you were saying, oh, I don't know if people are going to understand it, and I really want people to understand it. I am not a chainmailer, and even I can understand that, you know, with the use of those dashes, and of course with Fleur's excellent level of expertise, I feel that I could get these jump rings, and actually I could have a go at it.
I don't think there's any such thing as a difficult or easy chainmail weave. Personally, I think the size of jump rings that you make things in make it difficult and easy.
Okay. So
if I was to do dragon scale in, say, on a 0.8 wire in a 5 and a 3, it would be so tiny. That's where the difficulty comes from. It's not the actual weaves themselves. It's the smallness of the rings that you're using. So if you're using these amazing large jump rings, you can create like a big structured piece, and you know it's not too heavy that you couldn't wear it as a cuff. You know, it would be a beautiful, because I mean that's if you just you know, you could have that as a cuff bracelet. That's exactly the same diameter. And it's not, I would wear that.
Oh, definitely.
I definitely wear that.
Oh my
you know,
word.
and if you got all 3 of these bundles and took all 3 of the, because as you can see, it takes a lot of jump rings just to create a small amount because of those 4 layers, because you're always going back 2 layers and then attaching more jump rings in. So I'm just going to attach this last jump ring into this layer.
I love it.
So I'm going to flip that gold ring out the way.
What is it about this weave that people love so much, do you think?
I think it's because it's called dragon scale, and it does look like dragon scale.
It does, doesn't
it?
I've
seen people in America, there's a company that does, they're called niobium rings, and they're hypoallergenic. They're really very expensive, but you can get them in sort of like fire colours, and they sort of like, the colours span around them, so you can go from orange to red in one jump ring, and they look like, it looks like fire. It looks amazing.
Wow. Beautiful.
So now I'm going to go back to my pattern, remembering to put my 3 little dashes in. So 1, 2, 3, which now emulates the second row. So I can now carry on with my pattern, or I can just keep those four little areas. So now looking at my pattern, I now know I need to do 2 large jump rings.
2 big ones.
So those 2 large jump rings, if I look back at my pattern, are going to emulate where those green jump rings are. So you see the green jump rings just there and there? So those 3 jump rings that I've just added are now going to attach these purple jump rings in place. So through the middle and across and down. And what we'll do in a second is we'll show you how you can create it into a point, because obviously you need to be able to finish off dragon scale as well. And,
of course,
and then how we've added in the gemstones as well. So there we go. So hopefully it's sort of like made it a little bit more understandable for everybody and to have a go at it. Now, all you need to remember is that all these small jump rings have to sit inside. So this is what I'm saying about my jump rings are too large. They have to sit inside. So if I just pull those 2 green ones up now, the small jump rings from the row previous are now sitting inside those jump rings.
Yeah.
But that in effect is your dragon scale, and dragon scale should look the same front and back.
Yes,
so when
it
you
does,
turn it
doesn't
over, you should be able to see exactly the same front and back. So when it comes to finishing your dragon scale off and making it come down into a point, if you like, into a V, we get to this point and you will need to finish on 2 large jump rings, and then we're going to add our 2 small jump rings in between, exactly the same as the pattern. So I'm now just going to add those in.
These jump rings are just so fantastic in this design. They really are.
They are. They're all amazing. I know I've got my favourite, but you know, I would buy them all. If there's any left, I'm buying quite a few, because they're amazing jump rings to work with.
As Scott's just informed me, actually, of all the jump rings that we have, we've actually got a kind of limited quantity, but we do have chances left for each of the packs. I'm holding here the damask ones. If you want to add these ones to your order, and just look how beautifully they sit. And not only that, but the texture of them is just wonderful. I can tell why Fleur's been asked for this demo so many times, because it looks beautiful. I love the way they all tessellate together.
So now I've got my last 2 jump rings. I've put my 2 large jump rings, and if I follow my pattern, I know that I've got to put my 2 small jump rings. If I was to follow the pattern and carry on going down, I would put my 3 large jump rings in, but I want to bring this to a point. So what I'm going to do is take just 1 single jump ring and just go through those 2. And what that's going to do is it's going to finish it off into a point. Okay. So there you've got. So if you were to make this into a clasp, that's where you would add your clasp, and it's all then locked in place because these 2 jump rings have locked everything above it in place.
Yeah.
There's no loose jump rings that are going to slip out of place. It's all locked in place. If you wanted to do the same, all you need to do then to do the same on the other side, because you can't do it to start with, is turn it over, and now you've got exactly the same pattern. If you look back at your pattern, you go back to your 3 large jump rings, so you know now that you've got to put your 3 small jump rings underneath, your 2 large jump rings to that, and then you can bring it to the point.
Yeah.
So you can turn it, you can work on either end of this as long as you flip it over. Okay, so what I've done on the piece on the body chain is I needed to add those amazing gemstones down through the middle because I wanted to have that colour going through the middle. So all I've done to be able to attach those gemstones is put 1 single jump ring on that gap there. Okay, so if I look back, now I've flipped it over and gone turned it upside down if you like. I'm just going to put 1 single jump ring in here, and what that's going to do is it's going to give me a place to tie my monofilament onto.
Ah, okay.
Okay, because I can't tie it onto here, onto this jump ring, because it's too loose. So I need to have a more stable jump ring. So exactly the same as what my pattern says, I'm just going to pop just one jump ring in, and then when I turn it back around to the front, you'll see now that I can now attach into that one. So I've attached my monofilament into there and then start to weave the gemstones down through that centre spine. So,
Fleur, we've had a text in from Sarah in Cheshire who says, if you make a length for a cuff, will it bend around the wrist? Is it articulated or more rigid? I have design ideas for both.
The smaller the aspect ratio, the smaller the jump ring size that you make this in, it will become rigid. These jump rings that we're doing them in, they are in a traditional, if you asked a chainmail purist, they would say that these jump rings are not the correct size to make dragon scale in. But like I say, took the rule book away, it proves that it works because I've made dragon scale with them. So if you like that look, and this is more loose, so you would, if you just put your hand underneath it, you could bend that around your wrist quite easily. So it would bend all the way around your wrist. So in this size, doesn't go rigid at all. Dragon scale as a whole isn't a really, really loose weave anyway, because all the jump rings will fall out of place if it was too loose. So all those little small jump rings would jump out of place. So, if I just take this little section here, let me just turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. So all these jump rings are now staying where they need to be. And I know it's really difficult to see because they're all the same design. But if I just flip that one out and put it on the top, can you see now that that small jump ring there, that one, is not in place because it's sitting on top. So it needs to sit underneath, which is why the jump ring size is so important, because it has to sit within that large jump ring. And when you're deciding on jump ring sizes that you want, they have to sit inside each other, exactly the same as you would if you were doing a Helms weave. The small jump ring has to sit inside the large jump ring, and snugly. It can't have a huge gap because it will fall out of place and it will fall. If that's the look you're going for, it doesn't matter, you know. And like I say, there is no rules on it has to look a certain way. You know, you can make, if you've got your own 1mm wire in bright pink and made lots of pink jump rings in the smaller diameter and put that through, you know, there's no rules as to what you can and can't do. Just have a go. If it works and it keeps stable, keep going with it.
She's amazing, isn't she? She really, really is. And that has to be one of the clearest chainmail tutorials I think I've ever seen in all my days of presenting. We're going to show you the gemstone kit now as well. There are opportunities left for all 3 of the jump ring kits. However, they are very, very, very limited in stock. We're talking kind of almost single figures for all 3 of them. But if you do want to add them all onto your order, then please, please do. Of course, it has been immensely successful, this kit. We knew it was going to be incredibly successful and very, very popular. Now, I've got a final kit to show you, final part of the kit, as it were, which is the gemstone kit, which has also got more jump rings with it as well, which is just amazing. You're getting 3 strands of genuine gemstones. You've got genuine freshwater cultured pearls in cream, genuine freshwater cultured pearls in silver. This is such an amazing kit on its own, isn't it? And then, of course, you're going to be getting this beautiful strand here. Is this Amazonite?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Sorry, say again, Libby. Sky blue opal. Sky blue opal. Goodness me. Sky blue opal's normally more of a kind of like a lilac-y blue, isn't it? This is really kind of aquary. This is absolutely glorious. Wow, look at the difference in colours running through there. Blues, turquoises, some really gorgeous grassy greens in there as well.
Go well with a strand of turquoise.
Oh, wouldn't it just? Absolutely, 100%. Beautiful quality. You're also going to be getting your monofilament beading thread and elastic, which is brilliant. This is a kit in its own right, isn't it? And plus you're also going to be getting loads of silver-plated copper findings as well, including head pins, jump rings, crimp beads, T-bar clasps, connectors, little spacer beads. There's different varieties of head pins, and of course you're also going to be getting chain in there as well, which is wonderful. Plus you're also going to be getting these. You've got loads and loads and loads of your incredibly beautiful silver-plated copper open jump rings. You're getting approximately 200 of your 5mm jump rings, which are these ones here, and approximately 200 of your 6mm jump rings as well. Both silver-plated copper, roughly 200 of each. So you've got 3 strands of genuine gemstones, so 2 strands of pearls, your gorgeous blue opal, which is amazing, which is totally natural as well. You've got your silver-plated copper findings, your essential threading pack, and of course 400 of your jump rings, approximately 400 of your silver-plated copper jump rings. £45.15p, that should be your price point today. It's not going to be, but because we're going to be taking it lower. To go with this kit, my goodness me, you've got to get it. We've only got 50 of this kit available. Goodness me. How about this? £27.95p. And you can see how effective the gemstones... Oh, sorry, I just touched your boob then. Sorry, how effective the gemstones are in this incredible kit. Look at this. They really do work beautifully in this particular design, don't they?
And if you're not confident or you've missed out on the other jump rings, you can still make a body chain with this kit. And you can't do dragon scale with the 2 sizes in there, but you do a weave that you're used to. And just get used to making a big piece, so you don't have to do all that chainmail. You know, you could put some more of the gemstones through there and use your beading thread and your chain that's in your findings pack. So have a go at making a more substantial piece of art, really, isn't
Absolutely.
it? You know,
it really is art, yes, 100%.
You know, and if you do have a go at it, go along to your local fashion college and try and get somebody to model it and take photos. And this kind of piece is the kind of piece, if you make it, you can hire them out.
Oh my word,
so you probably
that's a
wouldn't.
great idea.
I mean, I said about my big silver necklace, you know, that's been hired out a couple of times. A couple of friends of mine have said, could they borrow it for like black tie-dos?
Oh my word.
There's always that option as well.
I've got my husband's 41st birthday coming up later on this year. I'm definitely going to be hiring some of your jewellery, Fleur. That would just be incredible. That would make my day. Do you reckon that these, the gemstones you've got here, the demo that you did the other day, so the gem kind of spine design, that these would work in that design, wouldn't they?
And you could use a 6mm gem because these are a bit more chunkier, because they're a 2mm depth rather than a 1mm.
Rather than a 1mm.
So use those ones and use a 6mm and definitely do that gemstone spine. With these two, I mean, with all these elements of the kits, there's so much you can do with them. I mean, I've not even used this beautiful strand of pearls yet.
Stunning.
So I've still got all this and all the findings I've used. I did cheat, I must admit. I've added an extra S clasp because I couldn't bear the thought of having two clasps.
Get her out of the studio.
That's it.
Ollie's off. Says he's not filming you anymore.
Just to justify, my OCD wouldn't be able to cope with that.
I don't want your excuses, Fleur. Get out!
Sorry.
Honestly.
I'll write lines in the break.
Write dashes. Write your Morse code down. When she started doing those dashes, I thought, what's she doing? It's all gone a bit weird.
Make sense, though, in the end.
Semaphore. With the old flags.
That's I'm just sending me lunch order through to my husband.
Semaphore.
That's not
but honestly, there's only 17 of this kit left, and it's so lovely. I'm seeing the same names coming through for this gorgeous gemstone kit as I've seen for all of the jump ring kits. As Fleur quite rightly said, you don't have to do a body chain. This is just us saying to Fleur, and go, and she's come up with this incredible design. But I tell you something, that dragon scale demo that Fleur has done is without a shadow of a doubt one of the clearest, most easy to follow chainmail demos I've ever seen. It really, really has been, Fleur, and I do really, really mean that, because that is not an easy thing to show, but you have demoed that just beautifully. if you just remember those couple of little pointers that Fleur's told you, it's just going to be so simple and so enjoyable for you to do that. And what a sense of achievement, I think, out of almost all of our mediums here on Jewellery Maker. And I might be kind of speaking out of turn here, but I think of all the jewellery making mediums that we have here on this channel, I think chainmail is one of those mediums that once you've got it, you get such a sense of achievement.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they are a labour of love, because you won't create something like this in a couple of hours. You know, it'd take a day and a half, but it will stand the test of time. You know, it's silver plated copper. It will be there. It's got genuine gemstones in there. You know, I suppose if you put it in the ground and dug it up 50 years later, it still look like that. You know, and that's what I love about chainmail. It's got that. You can either make it very historical, or you can make it into this wonderful fashion piece.
It's beautiful, and it really is so fashionable, but not kind of unattainable. You can absolutely make this right now. Now, Fleur, is there anything else you want to show us, or are you kind of ready for a lie down in a dark room?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, if, like we said before, with this kit, if you didn't want to do the dragon seal and the middle, and all you want to do is link them one into one, you can still create an amazing body chain, like what Gemma did with her body chain dress. Yeah. Just by linking them one into one. You don't have to do the chainmail, but if you do have a go, I'd love to see your pictures.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And please do go to the Jewellery Maker Facebook page, because there is a picture of guest designer Claire McDonald wearing this incredible piece. And please go to Gemma Crow's Facebook page as well. She's another one of our guest designers who specialises in, oh goodness me, everything really. And there's a picture of her body chain as well, which is a very, very different take on a body chain. It is lots and lots of chains which have been connected together, which of course you could make with all of these jump rings. It doesn't have to be dragon scale, but I have to say, I want to have a go at that. I really, really do. I reckon I could actually do that. I really, really do. I'll have to watch the show back, but yes, I reckon I could do that. Brilliant. Right, Fleur, you're just epic. Right, Wall of Fame, don't go anywhere. Honestly, we just went to that little break and Fleur was like, oh, we were like, it's amazing, it was amazing.
Very nervous all night about not being able to sleep,
Oh my gosh. Have more faith in yourself. Number 404 from Jackie Rabson. Please see my Wall of Fame entry this week. Ametrine and lavender amethyst with silver plated toggle clasp and flower spaces, all from Joe. Good luck to all the entrants. From Jackie in Redcar. Best of luck, darling. That's gorgeous.
I have a number 405 and some wonderful, beautiful necklace here. It says, hi everyone at JM. Here's my entry for this week's draw. I've made the wire necklace and bangle using silver twisted wire that I've then double twisted. I've used blue sapphires and clear quartz plus navy wire mesh. I hope you like it, as I've not entered for quite a long while. Good luck to everybody, and that's from Lisa Cooper in Hertfordshire. That's
Thanks,
beautiful.
Lisa. Isn't that gorgeous?
Gorgeous, that.
Stunning.
Wonderful.
This is really sweet. Number 402 from Jan Carr, who says, hi all, this is my mum's Mother's Day present, blue opal and pearls in a necklace. Yeah, I hope she's not watching. All from JM, and my first attempt at wire writing, needs more practice. Oh, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Thanks for Claire. Oh, thank you to Claire for the inspiration. Good luck to all, and that's from Jan.
Got the same gemstones as what's in the kit as well. Blue opal
Pretty much,
and
yeah.
pearls.
Gorgeous. So sweet.
Fabulous polymer clay here. This is one thing I cannot do. I can't do any polymer clay. That is amazing. I love it. Number 406.
I love these.
It says, hi everyone at JM. Please find attached my entry for the Wall of Fame. They're miniature cactus pendants and brooches using polymer clay and bezels from Jewellery Maker. Love watching the show for all the great inspiration. P.S. Are there any polymer clay shows coming up? I think there are. I think there's a weekend. Seems like ages since I've seen one. Good luck, everyone. And that's from Emily again in Hertfordshire. Yeah,
I love those.
There's a polymer clay.
Haven't we got Donna Cato coming in as well? Which is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. And Debbie Wolfer would absolutely love those. They're glorious. Love your use of colours there. They're amazing. Chainmail. Number 403. This is from Lindsay, hi to all the fabulous people at JM. That's kind of you. This is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. I finally got my head around this chainmail weave. I think it's the 3 or 4 in 1 half Persian. What do you reckon?
It's 4 in 1. That
4 in 1. There we go. Fleur will know which one. It took me months to get this to come together, but once it clicked in my head, it was really easy. I love the show and watch all the time. All components are from JewelleryMaker, of course. Good luck to everyone. Lindsay, I really desperately hope you're watching today because, of course, you will have seen Fleur's dragon scale technique, and of course she's here today as well. P.S. Oh no, I was going to say something horrible. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you can do. Go on. You were.
P.S. I don't like Fleur. Doesn't have as much gravitas behind it now, does it? Is that it? She's amazing, isn't she? We love her. Right, okay. Coming up in this hour, one of the biggest, most incredible strands that we have ever had on JewelleryMaker. It is your chance to get the legendary strand that is Burmese sapphire. Wow, coming up in a minute.
There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from JewelleryMaker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and FreeSat and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with JewelleryMaker.
Join resident designer Sheila for our Bridal Headwear for Beginners DVD. Sheila will guide you through an array of beautiful bridal designs, including a pearl tiara, the star hair comb, a twisted spiral tiara, and much more. This DVD is packed full of inspiration and helpful hints and tips. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Did you know that no matter how many times you purchase with JewelleryMaker in the same day, you'll only be charged 1 postage and packaging fee?
There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with JewelleryMaker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with JewelleryMaker.
We here at JewelleryMaker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you will receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with JewelleryMaker FIFO reviews.
I think there's 3 key trends in fashion this year. One of them, of course, is 70s boho, which allows you to wear loads of beads and fantastically big earrings. So thank you, Dolce & Gabbana, for that. Double denim is still a hot trend. All the designers are doing denim, and that allows you to wear basically dress down casual, but with a touch of, you know, single chains, big earrings, big hoops. Love that look. And finally, sports luxe is still around, which basically means you can wear an evening dress with a pair of trainers and get away with anything.
Did you know that the JewelleryMaker phone number is free from a UK landline? Now you can spend those extra pennies on more shopping.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
Now, this is something almost supernatural. This is something so unbelievably special. I have never, and I've worked with gemstones for coming up to 7-8 years, I have never in my life seen this gemstone, let alone bought it to you. I have, I think, once bought you ruby from this country, but I have never, ever even held sapphire from this incredible location. Sapphire is the most incredible genuine gemstone. One of the big four. It is a gemstone which is as big a part of the gem world as diamonds, as rubies, as emeralds. Sapphire is the gemstone of nobility, the gemstone of aristocracy. And sapphire, more than any other gemstone in the world, is one of those gems that people care desperately about where this gemstone has been sourced. Some of the most beautiful varieties of this gemstone from places like Ceylon, which is a country which is now known as Sri Lanka. I think everybody's heard of Ceylon sapphire. I think a lot of people have heard of Kashmir sapphire. A lot of people have heard of Kanchanaburi sapphire, which of course is Thai sapphire. The one sapphire that you ask any of the presenters who I've worked with in the past at the Genuine Gemstone Company, or any of the presenters who work here at JewelleryMaker, Lucy Nichols, who's a really good friend of mine, she's on maternity leave at the minute. If I was to ask her about kind of sapphire, what variety of sapphire she would love to work with or love to have on JewelleryMaker. If I was to ask any of our gemologists, Hannah Oxbury here, what kind of gemstones, what kind of sapphire they want, or Steve Bennett, the gem hunter, what variety of sapphire would you want to work with? I know 100% the resounding answer: Burmese sapphire. This is the jewel in the crown, the absolute pinnacle of sapphire. This is as important to the sapphire world as the legendary Ceylon sapphire. What is it about this incredible variety of sapphire? Okay, sapphire is an amazing gemstone on so many different levels. It is a genuine gemstone where you can tell its location really quite easily, depending on how light, how dark the gemstone is, how clariful the gemstone is, how opaque it is, how much of the essence of the inner fibers in the kind of the host rock you can see of this gemstone. You can actually tell very, very easily where this gemstone is from. Kashmir sapphire tends to be more of an opaque quality. It tends to look quite sleepy. It has quite a few kind of silvery tones coming through it. Ceylon sapphire tends to have a really bright, intense tone. in incredibly high-end examples can have lots of incredible clarity. Kanchanaburi sapphire, which is Thai sapphire, tends to have a much deeper, darker tone, so a much higher saturation of tone, so probably kind of an 80% tone running through it, so it can look quite dark, quite inky. Some people absolutely love that. I absolutely love Kanchanaburi sapphire. I never thought I'd ever have the opportunity or the chance to work with this though. For obvious reasons, Burmese sapphire for the last few decades has been incredibly difficult to get hold of. Gemstones as a whole from countries like Burma have been incredibly difficult to get hold of course, because of the political unrest in Burma. It is only recently, like we're talking within the last 5 years, that Gemporia, and here at JewelleryMaker we've been able to get hold of things like Burmese spinel and Burmese ruby. I have never known genuine Burmese sapphire, and we have to be so careful. We have to be absolutely crystal clear that this has come from Burma. 100% Burmese sapphire. In the past, gemstones have been labelled as Burmese ruby or Burmese sapphire. In actual fact, what has happened is the gemstone has been mined in neighbouring countries, taken to Burma, and then taken from Burma back to the neighbouring country. So people have called it Burmese sapphire or Burmese ruby, but in actual fact, it isn't. This is 100% the creme de la creme. Just to put this into perspective. If I was to walk into, and there's a fantastic jewellers in the town where I live, the kind of jewellers you have to ring the doorbell to get into it, and there's a security guard wearing a top hat on the door and all that kind of stuff. If I was to walk into that jewellers and say, I have a beautiful bracelet that I've made out of sapphire, could you value it for me? I would get one reaction. If I was to walk into exactly the same jewellers and say, I have a bracelet that I have made from a strand of Burmese sapphire, I struggle to comprehend the kind of reaction I would get. This is as an important location as Kubapedi opal, as Ethiopian opal. It is so location specific, it is unbelievable. With Burmese sapphire, you should be looking for these kind of qualities. So intense blues, Tanzanite blues. Those are the kind of colours that you should be getting. It's described as a royal blue, and it is absolutely 100% a royal blue. You can also almost guarantee a certain amount of clarity with this as well, and that is very unusual for sapphire, especially for sapphire at the price point we're going to be doing today. Samantha in Cumbria says, this is gorgeous. Sorry, they're gorgeous. And you're right. Another one here. Morning, James. I'm lucky enough to have a strand of Burmese sapphire, and the TV does not do it justice. It's so special, says Margot 5. Thank you very much for that, Margot. Now, just to kind of get away from the location of the gemstone just for a second, the strand you're going to be getting here is 38 centimetres in length. It is arguably the longest strand of sapphire I've ever bought you on JewelleryMaker. I can't remember ever or recall ever bringing you a longer strand of sapphire on JewelleryMaker. I mean, this is not only epic location-wise, but length-wise, it is one of the longest strands, if not the longest strand of sapphire I have ever bought you. 38 centimetres. That's knocking on half a metre. Now, there's 65 carats of Burmese sapphire here. Scott's having a quick look on our website, but there is nothing that even comes close to this strand you're going to be getting here. I've never seen Burmese sapphire at all. I've never seen it in the flesh. I've seen it on the internet. I've seen it in London. We're talking kind of Hatton Garden, Burlington Arcade jewellers' windows. I have personally never, ever seen Burmese sapphire on JewelleryMaker, or I've certainly never held it. Now, it's interesting, isn't it, that we've gone to such lengths. We have to be so crystal clear about the location of this gemstone. How often do you see on JewelleryMaker gemstones advertising the location as to where they're from? It would say sapphire. Because this location is so important, and because this location is arguably even more important than the gemstone itself, we are absolutely screaming this from the rooftops. Burmese sapphire. the price point that this, and I can't quite believe this, the price point this should be is £39.95p. Now, I'll be honest with you, we are able to give you an even better deal today. Now, the reason why we are able to get a better deal for you today is plain and it's simple, okay? And it's the reason why we can bring you pearls at fantastic prices and all of our gemstones at fantastic prices. We took a chance. We commissioned not 50 of these or 100 of these, we commissioned over 100 of these strands, okay? So by doing that, we are able to bring you this strand today for a lower price point. Now already I have got serious gem collectors on the phone lines. This is arguably the most important strand of sapphire we have ever had on JewelleryMaker. I can't believe we're about to do this. Arguably the most important strand of sapphire you will ever come across on JewelleryMaker. $29.95. The phone, the web, you've gone absolutely berserk over this. I have got dozens and dozens of people. I don't have people trickling through. I've got dozens and dozens and dozens of people snapping this up. It is arguably, and you know, and I don't take things like this lightly because I understand how difficult gemstones like this are to get hold of. 5 years ago when JewelleryMaker first started, we would not have been able to have secured a deal on Burmese sapphire. Plain and simple, no. Absolutely 100% no. And certainly when I first started dealing with genuine gemstones almost 8 years ago, this gemstone was but a whisper. It was but a legend. You know, and this is absolutely the most, this shows you the incredible leap forward in the gem world. Because of where this gemstone is sourced, because of all the political unrest there, which has been going on for decades and decades and decades, we absolutely would not have been able to secure a deal on Burmese ruby 5 years ago. Now we can. Now, this is arguably a PR deal, and I hate to attribute that with something like Burmese sapphire, but it is. Price points like this are only possible when we either commission more than 100 strands of something, and I'll be honest with you, we commissioned over 200 strands of this. I have got just hundreds of names coming through for this. Enjoy it. Please do me a favour. Tell all your friends about it. Tell strangers about it. I don't care who you tell about it. Just tell people, because that is what a deal like this is for. Fleur.
It's amazing. It is truly amazing, and definitely get you a certificate with it and
photocopy it.
100%. Photocopy it. If you're going to make 2 pieces of jewellery, make sure that it comes, because this is the kind of jewellery that I would put with precious metals. And I know we've been doing the 9 carat gold and the white gold and the rose gold. I potentially would use the 9 carat gold, just a clasp, and just make it says simple, but it would be an elegant, a timeless piece, just a pure sapphire bracelet.
I think you're totally right, Fleur. Definitely get the authenticity card to go with something like this. The length of time it takes for us to negotiate deals like this for the rarest of the rare, a gemstone which arguably 7-8 years ago people probably had no idea if there was any of this gemstone about, because it was such a closely guarded secret. The lengths that we go to secure incredible deals for some of the rarest gemstones on planet Earth, it deserves an authenticity card. It deserves, when you have a piece of jewellery like this, genuine gemstone jewellery on your stand, how proud is that going to make you as a jewellery maker to own, to have worked with some of the rarest sapphire on planet Earth?
Do you know, I've just thought, do you know we did the 5 bracelets at the beginning of the show?
Yeah.
If you take a couple of inches as a watch style bracelet, cut that chain, take that couple of inches of chain out, make earrings with them, and I would make watch style bracelets, just single bracelets, and they would be for sale for over £50.
Oh, definitely.
Over £50. I know you've got to buy your sterling silver crimps and crimp covers, but you know, within a kit you get quite a few. You get 10, so you could quite easily put 2 on either, you know, 1 on either side. And I would make 5 bracelets like that. If I didn't want to sell my jewellery, that would be for me, my mum, my daughter, my sister. You know, they're just amazing to be able to own something like that.
When we've got guest designers like you, Fleur, and we've got guest designers like, oh goodness me, Jan, who makes beautiful, very, very simple pearl pieces and just intersperses them with gemstones like black spinel or Colombian emerald or Burmese ruby. If we, I think we've had that once. Well, I've had it once on JewelleryMaker. I can just imagine how a guest designer like that would use a gemstone like this, and it's purely because guest designers on JewelleryMaker understand the quality of the gemstones they're working with, the inherent value of the gemstones that they're working with. Not only that, but the importance of the gemstones that they're working with, the importance of a gem. I mean, this isn't just any sapphire. Not that any sapphire is just any sapphire. But this would be a very different story if this was arguably Thai sapphire. The fact that it is from a location like Burma, which we have never really explored before for very, very obvious reasons, it just adds even more to this. Dimitri says, a full strand of 54 carat Burmese sapphire I found online is £664 and 26p and does not look as good as this one. When we do prices on JewelleryMaker, and the more you watch JewelleryMaker, the better it gets. But arguably, and I'm so guilty of this, the more I present on JewelleryMaker, the more expectant I become of fantastic prices. This isn't a proper price. This is a JewelleryMaker price. Please, 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 for the love of gemstones, please be under no illusion. When you get a strand of genuine gemstones like this home and you use 3 of them in the center of a necklace, please don't feel that necklace then is only worth what $29.95 is divided into however many gemstones there is. Because we work so closely and we get our gemstones direct from source, we cut out all the middlemen and the gem dealers, because we go direct to source, and we have our own facetors, our own lapidarists, our own gemstone drillers and stranders, because we do all of that in-house, we can secure these deals, we can secure these incredible prices. Please don't think that $29.95 is the kind of price point that this strand should be. Certainly not the price that I think it should be. Personally, I think there should be a 1 in front of that $29.95. If it was $129.95, I'd still think it's a fantastic price. The text that Dimitri sent in is so powerful because it shows you and it proves, yes, this is 100% Burmese sapphire. Is that a proper price? No, it's a JewelleryMaker price. And please, when you get this home and you make it into jewellery, allow the price points of your jewellery to reflect the quality of the gemstones, not how much you got it for from JewelleryMaker, because honestly, that $29.95, I mean, you agree, Fleur, it's not a proper price, is it?
No, I thought, when I saw it this morning, I thought it'd be about £80. And I was thinking to myself, if you've got a friend on Facebook, and I was going to say, if you've got a friend on Facebook or a friend that you make jewellery with, cut it in half, £40 each, because it's a really long strand. You get a lot of sapphires for £40. To be able to get it all for £30, I would be buying 2, possibly 3, and I'd put 1 away. I wouldn't even touch. I'd keep it just as as it is. I'd keep it on its temporary strand in a box, labelled up, and I would know that it was there, and I wouldn't use it. I'd leave it, and then maybe if Neve, my daughter, wants to make jewellery, she's then got something that is priceless to work with.
It is one of those strands, isn't it? You know, I think there will be a lot of people who come through. I mean, we've got a lot of multi-bidders coming through to get this today. I think there are going to be a lot of people getting their strands home and not really doing anything with it for a good couple of months. It's Burmese sapphire. There may be people who never, ever, ever get round to using this strand because of the incredible rarity of this gemstone. I don't know if we're ever going to get Burmese sapphire again. I've never seen it. I've never, ever, ever seen this gemstone in the flesh. I've seen it in shop windows. I've never seen it in the flesh before, so arguably it might be a gemstone that we never get again. If you want to team it up with anything, and maybe, I mean, this is a strand of incredible zircon, you know, one of the rarest gemstones on planet Earth, one of the oldest gemstones on planet Earth. Those two together, what a coupling, absolutely beautiful. Another strand coming up in this hour, what about concave faceted amethyst? I mean, what a beautiful combo coming up in the next 20 minutes. Concave faceted amethyst coming your way. We've also got one of the most beautiful strands of blue topaz I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, these two, if you love your blues, coupling these two together, I mean, just incredible. Well done to every single one of you coming through to get that. I still have genuine chances remaining. I still have opportunities for every single one of you to come through and get it. And if you do want to multi-buy that, I cannot urge you enough, because the amount of times I speak to viewers and customers who come through to our workshops and say, do you know what, Carol, when you do say multi-buy, and I don't multi-buy, and I get a strand of something home and I think, oh, do you know what, I absolutely love that. And then I go to the website to see if I can get it on the website. By that time, it's gone. And, you know, the amount of times I hear that, people getting a single strand home, and the first thing they think is, it's beautiful, but I wish I got two. I wish I got two. Strand like this, Burmese sapphire. That could be the first and last time you ever see that on JewelleryMaker. I still have chances left. Donna's just increased her order from 1 to 2. I've got so many people who are still coming through and adding this to their baskets. I must have about 40 of these in baskets. Please check your baskets out, which is absolutely superb quality. And the great thing is, Fleur is just as enthusiastic about this as I am. I've just had another 4 people confirming as well, and I've seen another order go up from 1 to 2. Alison in Surrey, you've just taken your order up from 1 to 2. Another person confirming there. So many people are still coming through for this. Angela Edwards, hi! One of our gorgeous guest designers there. Totally agree with you, Carol. Don't underprice your work. And Angela knows. Don't underprice your work, otherwise Angela will get you. Honestly, she will. She's amazing. I love that lady. She's incredible. Gives one of the best hugs ever. Joanne in Cornwall, wahoo, managed to get this precious gem. Burmese gems are so close to my heart. Fantastic, Joanne. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you, JM. Yeah, I mean, it is one of those gemstones, isn't it, where the location is pretty much as important, if not more important, than the gemstone itself. It is just astonishing. Well done. Gorgeous. Well done, everyone. Right. Still got loads to come, by the way. The elves are coming up in 10 minutes. What did you say? The amethyst. I heard the elves. The elves. Elf on the shelf. Has anyone done the elf on the shelf this? I suppose your kids are a bit too old for the elf on the shelf, aren't they?
I don't know. I've seen it on Facebook. I don't really know what it is. Do you just get an elf and put it on the shelf?
There's a bit more to it than that, Fleur.
Oh, right.
So the elf on the shelf comes with a book. The elf on the shelf is from the North Pole, obviously, from Father Christmas. And he or she, because you can get male and female elves on shelves, comes with a book which tells you all about where the elf is from. And the elf is basically watching over children before Christmas and reports back to Father Christmas.
Perfect.
The elf can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be in the shelf. When the elf on the shelf arrived at our house just before Christmas, it arrived and Hattie found it in the freezer. Because, of course, it makes sense. It's from the North Pole, doesn't want to get too hot. It was in the freezer next to the pizza. It was sitting there. And, yeah, the elf on the shelf has been in many places. But yeah, he's back at the North Pole now, though.
Oh.
Loft. But anyway, yeah, so there we go. Right. But are we going to do the zircon now? I love this. Right, where's this from, please? Where's the zircon from? Zircon. Great. Thanks, Scott.
Planet Zircon. Love it.
Say again.
Planet Zircon. It could be a planet. It sounds like a planet.
Flo, don't encourage them, please.
I just think that was quite good.
Ollie's now saying it's from zirconia. What is wrong with everyone today? Where the zirconites are from.
It has to have a superhero to go with it. Does sound like a superhero.
Does,
kind
doesn't
of planet.
Planet Zircon. Okay. Amazing gemstone. Okay, so, right, okay. What I'm about to tell you, it's not a secret, no, Scott, because I'm about to tell everyone, so it's not a secret, is it? Okay, what I'm about to tell you, honestly, I feel like I'm wasting my breath a bit because it's going to pale into insignificance when you see the price point for this strand. If I was to tell you the oldest object in the world is a piece of zircon. It's a piece of zircon that was discovered in Western Australia. It's a lot smaller than any of these. It was less than the width of a human hair. It was absolutely microscopic. But that gemstone, that incredible gemstone has been carbon dated and has helped us age planet Earth. Planet Earth is around about 4.6 billion years old. There or thereabouts, give or take a few million years. That tiny little shred of zircon has helped us date planet Earth. Now, that's pretty incredible, isn't it? This gemstone has got such a huge amount of magnitude attached to it. This is a gemstone that really got me interested in gemstones when I first started working with them many, many moons ago. It was the thought of that this is pretty much the oldest gemstone on planet Earth. Guaranteed, you're looking over 3-4 billion years in age. But there's another thing. This gemstone is a birefringent gemstone, so arguably it has more fire than a diamond. So light enters this gemstone, reflects off the inner facets inside the gemstone, and and shines that light back out at you. It is a birefringent gemstone, so it's doubly refractive. So this is why this gemstone is so effortlessly sparkly, so effortlessly beautiful and dazzling, full of something called adamantine luster. Now, all of that's absolutely fantastic, and this is a natural strand of zircon that you're going to be getting here, one of my all-time favourite gemstones. And if you know someone who's born in December, it's one of their 3 birthstones. Greedy people born in December, I have to be honest. Turquoise, Tanzanite and zircon. Anyhow, that's all wonderful, isn't it? But all of that is about to pale into insignificance because $29.95 is not your price point today. Scott Stone, find him on Facebook, is taking this strand below £20. £19.95 for a gemstone that can arguably give you more fire, more brilliance than a diamond. I'm in. Why do people love diamonds? Because they're sparkly. Because they give you fire. Well, if I'm going to get more than that, arguably from this strand than I am from a strand of diamonds, I'm in. For less than £20. Amazing. They look like cognac diamonds, don't they?
Do. My mum's got a pair of diamond earrings and she's got some zircon earrings and she wears the zircons more because people think that they are the diamonds. She loves a zircon, and in my eternity ring I've got blue zircon.
I love blue zircon.
Blue zircon and
Ratnakiri zircon.
Yeah,
oh.
And Ethiopian opal.
Oh my word.
So it's got a real, it really plays with the light, that one. It's lovely.
Now let me just clear something up as well, because I know we'll have a lot of people who may have heard of something, which makes me feel ill to say this, cubic zirconia, known as CZ, cubic zirconia, which is a man-made diamond, and when people measure it in carats, it's just farcical because it's like measuring a shoe in carats. It's just, it doesn't make any sense at all. This is zircon. This is a genuine gemstone, so this isn't fake. This is absolutely 100% a genuine gemstone, not cubic zirconia. Forget that. This is a genuine gemstone, zircon. Gwyneth in Herefordshire loves this so much she's bought 2. I don't blame you at all. Personally, if I could have just a selection of stacking bracelets made out of gemstones, would I choose zircon? Would I choose rough diamonds? I'd rather choose these, absolutely, because they're going to give me that sparkle. That is gorgeous, isn't it?
Go with those beautiful findings packs that are there.
Oh, with the findings, yes. Some gorgeous findings coming up as well. Oh my word, look at that. Yes, yes, yes. This was smoky quartz if you wanted to keep those gorgeous kind of muted tones. This, of course, as I showed you a couple of seconds ago with the Burmese sapphire strand. That's beautiful, isn't it?
I'd put the topaz as well and have the 3 as stacking bracelets, 3 of them together.
Oh, yes.
I think that would be just an amazing stacking bracelet set. A collection. It would be very expensive.
It
wouldn't be to make it because you could make, because all 3 of those are really long strands. So that would be one of those. Those would be the purchases that I'd make myself one first, and then use the rest to sell to get the money back for the ones that I've had.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, you're right, Fleur. I'd just make stacking bracelets. Doesn't that look beautiful? I mean, I'm thinking about kind of big jewellery designers out there like Monica Vinader, Thomas Sabo, Pandora. You've got Don't give me those names. They're terrible. They try and trip me up all the time. No, Florence and Fred. Florence and Fred. Sure. TU. Hey! I happen to have a lot of clothes from Sanos. I love them. They're good quality. They wash well. Good tagline there. Sanos, they wash well. Oh, dear me. They wash well. Actually, when you do have kids, it is very important that things do wash well, because I must, at the minute, Pippa is teething. She's oh no, the tassel's just gone in my water. Oh no. Take that out of context. So so Pippa hasn't got just one tooth coming through, or two, or three. She's got 4 teeth coming through her tiny little baby gums. Literally. But she looks so happy with it. I mean, she's so sweet, but she's literally dribbling. So whenever you pick her up in the morning out of her cot, her pillow's just soaking, bless her. So yes, I have to keep on washing her clothes. And they do wash very well. The leading supermarket brand clothes, they do wash very well. Bobble free. Okay. Bobble free. No one likes bobbly tops, do they? Hate bobbles. You can get those thingies, can't you? That get rid of bobbles, don't you?
A bobble away.
Is that what they're called?
Bobble away.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Shave them off, don't you? Do you have problems with your bubbles? No problems anymore. Shave them off with the bubble away. It's as simple as...
Under your armpits though. You have to bubble
yes,
away.
because you do, because of the friction. Do you get bobbly pits? Not anymore. Yours today. Call us on 0800 644 655. Let's get some customer testimonials. I used to have bubbles on me, but not anymore. The bubble away is amazing. Right, this is enough. It comes with a handy carry bag and 3 different disposable heads. Yours today for $49.95. Oh, dear me. Bubble away. Okay, literally weeping over here, crying. Do you know what, Cass? You can't leave us now. Okay, right. Come on, let's get back to this. Very serious. Wire. Okay, so wire, ribbon, duo. Oh, dear me. Okay, right. This is absolutely fantastic stuff. I have seen so many incredible designs with this. Haven't you, Fleur? She can't even speak. Right. Great. I'm on my own, everyone. Okay. To turn my talk back off because Ollie's making me laugh. Right, that's it. It's off. I can't hit anything now. Brilliant. I am literally on my own. Right, okay, so you've got this gorgeous wirework ribbon. Now, what you can do with this is you can open it up. Can't you? It's like a hollow tube, isn't it, Fleur? Fleur, I need your help. I can't do this on my own.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Oh, dear me, you can suspend gemstones in it. There's so many beautiful things you can do with this. Okay, also, as well as your wirework ribbon, you're also going to be getting your 0.4mm gauge gold-coloured copper wire. 10 metres of it in total, 10 metres in length. Absolutely incredible quality. Oh dear me, this is painful. Okay, so amazing price point for this today. I'll try. Yes, I will try and show you what you can do with the wirework ribbon. Scott's so angry with me, I can tell. £32.85p should be the price. Ollie's now turned my talk back off. That's great. Thank you very much. I can't hear anything now. We're going to take it all the way down now. £17.95. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic. Now, Fleur, it is quite easy to get in here, isn't it? You kind of... Look, here we go. So it's like a hollow tube, isn't it?
So this one's got like the rungs down the middle, so you can weave your wire through the middle.
Here we go.
And you can make it into a tube as well. But these are great for framing cabochons. If you've got any cabochons and you don't know how to do a wirework cabochon...
Sorry, everyone.
If you don't know how to wirework, or you're very new to jewellery making and you want to set a cabochon in place, these just nestle around the cabochon really nice.
Terrible. Oh, so awful. Am I going to hell? Sorry, darling. Sorry, I was listening. I was fiddling around with my big ham hands, trying to fiddle around with this. Sorry, Fleur. Carry on, Fleur.
I'm going to cry again now. I forgot what I was saying.
Is anyone on the phone? No! I'm sorry, everyone. Oh, no, please don't be angry with me. Scott's really angry, I can tell. £14.95 just because we can't keep it together today, honestly. I'm literally going to be asked to leave in a minute. I know I am. Oh, no. So sorry, everyone. Right, okay, so you can suspend your gemstones in there. I was listening, Fleur, but please, can you say that again?
You can pop it around the cabochon. You can use the wire that's in the kit in this to wire it around the top. You could also use the wire to... Stop it.
I'm not doing anything.
To weave the gemstones. So if you say something, one of your gemstone strands, you can weave it in and out of the ladder section in the middle. And then you've got those two... beautiful ends. This is impossible. It's not impossible. It's very easy jewellery making. This is one of the simplest. Can we go back to bubble away?
I'm so sorry. This has got a showstopper deal now. Absolutely incredible strands here. You can tell 100% what we're working with here. Beautiful, incredibly strong, concave faceted amethyst. The most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful clarity. The most incredible essence. This has got to be Brazilian amethyst, 100%. It's got to be. A beautiful pink amethyst all the way from the Minas Gerais region of Brazil. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tone. Now, there's a few really important things which we all need to recognise about this incredible strands. Firstly, this is described as pink amethyst. This is such a specific hue of pinky purple. It absolutely It absolutely has that fine, fine balance of pink and purple. This isn't what I would describe as Rose de France amethyst. It's got more of a pinky tone to it. My goodness me, that beautiful balance of colour and clarity is just epic. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, you can obviously tell it's Brazilian amethyst due to its lighter tone. Zambian amethyst tends to have a much, much deeper, darker, more kind of black curranty colour. This has got a much, much lighter tone, which is absolutely fantastic because, of course, with Brazilian amethyst, you expect to get a certain amount of clarity. I say a certain amount of clarity. This has got just clarity by the bucket load. Now, I'd go as far to say this really reminds me of an extremely rare variety of kunzite known as Maui kunzite. The quality, yeah, 100% there. The reason for it is it's got that soft, gentle, pinky, purpley colour, and it also has that incredible clarity, as you can see there. Yes, I mean, as you can see, you've got those mineral additions running through there, which you would expect to see with Brazilian amethyst. You'd expect to see how the gemstone is formed, and it's all part of the beauty of the gemstone. The final thing I want to talk to you about is the way these gemstones have been faceted. These gemstones are designed to be worn in pieces of jewellery which possibly elevate the gemstones away from the skin, so maybe in dangly earrings or in a beautiful spray on top of a fascinator. The reason for that is the gemstones have been faceted on the front and on the back. So from the front and the back, these gemstones are equally as beautiful. If I just show you the side of these gemstones, you'll be able to see what I mean. So the side on these gemstones have got a beautiful set of facets on either side. So what you can see is either from the front or the back, these gemstones have got that incredible quality running through them. They are concave faceted to a certain extent, but not to the extent where you've got a pointy coulis of the gemstone pointing down. They are absolutely 100% symmetrical, which makes them really, really nice and simple and easy to use, and arguably even more versatile to use because, of course, the front and the back are exactly the same. Now, to facet gemstones like this takes an absolute age. We're not talking the usual kind of 10-15 minutes that you'd expect with maybe a faceted rondelle. We're talking closer to half an hour for each one of these gemstones to be faceted, and I'm sure you can appreciate that. They've all been top drilled, which makes them perfect to set into tiaras and perfect for tiara twists and fascinators and brooches. Absolutely 100% perfect. And the lapidarists who work on gemstone strands like this won't have trained for maybe a couple of years. They would have trained for half a lifetime. You're talking years and years and years worth of refining their craft. Now, price point wise, on an incredible strand like this, you're going to be getting roughly on this strand 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 gemstones on this strand. That's a huge amount of gemstone potential there. We should be looking at £34.95p, which in itself is absolutely incredible. We are going to go lower than that today. Oh, look at that beautiful light. That beautiful luster, that incredible inner brilliance. All of this working together so, so, so beautifully. Here's your price point today. Enjoy. $27.95. That is low. That is really, really, really low. Now, Fleur, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here, but just using one or two of these gemstones, say two of these gemstones in a pair of earrings, two gemstones, well, even one gemstone arguably from a strand like this, that's going to add on more than £27 to a design, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you just popped one of those gemstones on, say, an inch worth of chain to make a real dramatic pair of earrings, I'd be looking at about £50.
Yeah, 100%.
On sterling silver for those. And because it's got that beautiful pink amethyst, it will go with all the metal tones. So it will go with rose gold, yellow gold, and either white gold if you've got it, or the sterling silver. It just lends itself because it's so beautiful. But the thing that I love about these is that they're mirror graduated, so you can have got perfect pairs. So the two on the ends are a pair, the next two are a perfect pair. And then the middle three for me would be pendants. Yeah, just definitely. Purely pendants, because they're just absolutely. If you make a lot of that Indian headdresses, like a Bollywood style, then to sit that in the middle of your forehead suspended onto some chain would be an amazing piece of jewellery.
Amazing, just incredible, and under £30 today. Now we've had a text in saying one of these on a long chain, beautiful, absolutely 100%, because the natural weight of the gemstone is going to allow that beautiful necklace to sit beautifully. It's the coupling of the colour, the clarity, and then, of course, that attention to detail with the faceting. The lapidarists who have been given these incredible gemstones to facet clearly understand the quality of what they're working at. Under £30, absolutely incredible. Well done to everyone who's added this onto their order. And if you do want to multi-buy this, please, 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 I would definitely urge you to do that. An incredible, incredible strand there of pink amethyst. Now, still to come between now and the top of the hour. Sorry, I beg your pardon, these and 12:30, between now and 12:30 are these gorgeous blue topaz faceted rounds as well. I can't wait to bring these to you. And that works absolutely beautifully, doesn't it? Just incredible. Absolutely beautiful. Scott, what are we going to be doing now, in between now and the end of the show? Yeah, come on, let's do it. What should we do? We're going to do those DVDs as well. Okay. Have you seen box number 9? Gee whiz. Yes.
Wow.
Oh my word. Oh my word. 20 carats of Ethiopian opal. Oh my word. This is like Ethiopian opal on steroids. This is like the best opalescence. My word. Oh my goodness me. Scott, how much is this strand? You are kidding me. Oh my word, I want one. I want one. I want one. Oh my word. That is the best strand of opal I've ever seen on JewelleryMaker. That is absolutely incredible. You are not going to be able to believe the price point on this. It is going to sell out. Oh my word. I've already got people there on the phones. I've already got people there. This is going to go. You are not going to be able to believe this. 20 carats of Ethiopian opal. Using one of these, I reckon you oh my word. Using one of these as a centerpiece, as a pendant, you wouldn't need any more than one in the center of a ring. How much could you sell that for? Over £100? Betcha. You betcha. This entire strand from 3 to 6 millimeters in diameter. Oh my goodness, I've got so many people there. Right, you are not going to be able to believe this. An entire strand should be $89.95. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. This is under £100. It is flying out the door. Oh my word. Oh my goodness me. No. No. Oh my word. Oh my goodness me. Wow. $79.95. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that. That is arguably one of the best strands of, I think that is the best strand of opal I've ever seen in my life.
That's the largest rounds as well that I've ever seen.
Yes.
The largest rounds. I mean, people are a bit frightened of pear drops and briolets because they don't know how to wrap the top. These are so workable. Really amazing strand.
Every single one. And the fact they're graduated, Fleur, but you love that, don't you?
Yeah. I'd love to put these in a chainmail design.
Oh my word!
So I'd
Can you
chainmail
imagine
up
that?
I'd have 3 in the middle and either make a necklace and just chainmail up to them.
Gee whiz! Oh my word! I knew you'd love this. I've got so many people coming through for this. That is absolutely. Oh my word! Oh my word! Oh my goodness me! I just want that. I really, really want that. Sue, Christine, I've got another Sue there as well. Vilma, I've got another Christine. Goodness me, Christines and Sues, wow. Collector in Essex, Collector in Greater London. Angela, I've got Pippa, Amanda, Charlene, Monica, Susan, Violet, Lorna, Jenny, Tracy, Jacqueline. Oh my word, you are going absolutely bananas for this. It is incredible. I've got 15 opportunities remaining in the building and then that's it. Oh, wow, 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 wow. That is amazing, amazing, amazing. Did you want to get the other one in? Oh, sorry. Was it my fault? Sorry. It's amazing, isn't it? Sorry.
That with a sapphire.
Producing for the floor.
With a sapphire, it would be amazing, wouldn't it?
What with the Burmese sapphire?
Just put one in the middle.
Huh. Look how blue. That sapphire is next to the opal. Oh my word, that is the ultimate combination, isn't it? I tell you what, this opal for $79.95 and that incredible Burmese sapphire 38 centimetre strand for, how much was it? It wasn't $29.95, was it? For $29.95. That is the ultimate, isn't it? That is the ultimate combination. Gee whiz. Fleur, amazing, amazing, amazing show with you today. Very, very quickly, we've got literally single figures of Fleur's kits left today. Please do add them onto your order. We've had some epic chainmail kits today. They've been just incredible. Please do add them onto your order. Unfortunately, we're going to lose you on Freeview in just a couple of seconds, which is really, really sad. Please try and join us either on www.jewellerymaker.com or by joining us on Sky 665. We'll be here with Fleur. Hopefully we'll manage to keep it together over the next hour, because honestly, I don't think I've laughed that much in about ever. Just incredible. The bobble away, and myself and Fleur will be joining you the other side of this. Please don't go anywhere. Add this opal onto your order, and the Burmese sapphire. We'll see you in literally a couple of seconds. Don't go anywhere.